I actually streamed this game. I know it's been ages because we did the.
Wow, it's been a while since I've been on a stream.
Yeah, because I kind of, like all my streams died at the same time.
I wonder if the internet misses me.
Nah.
Yeah.
I mean, I did.
Or
do
one
I
of
count as? Do I count as the internet?
No.
I missed the. Oh.
No, they recently found Leo in the Egyptian desert. That's why he was missing.
Huh.
God, you heard about the recent Egypt discovery?
What, the
yeah.
sarcophagus?
They found this giant black granite sarcophagus in Alexandria, surrounded by an alabaster bust, and the soil around it suggests sometime in early Ptolemaic Egypt, which, to me, sounds a lot like Alexander the Great. Because I mean, he was buried in Alexandria after Ptolemy stole his body, and we don't know where his final resting place was. We know that like he had a temple, but there's no Alexander grave in there. So if it could be, that would be amazing. Sorry, bit off tangent. Yeah. I would be very excited if that were to be true.
That'd be really cool.
We shall see.
Yeah,
what it turns out to be.
It is indeed a mystery.
Yeah. Of course, it could also be the plot to the Mummy.
It could be that. It could be the Pillar Men. Who knows?
Yeah.
You know what? If it is the Mummy, all that's going to happen is a bunch of people are just going to record it with like their cell phones.
Yeah.
That's all that's going to like. All that's going to happen is it's going to be awoken, and then there'll be a flood of live footage from Egypt, as like the Mummy just goes around murdering people, because that's how society is today.
Yeah.
And then Brendan Fraser will somehow get involved.
Yeah. that scene where like all these zombies are, they'll actually just be like normal people with their cell phones out, just walking towards them. There won't be any lynch mobs.
I want to scare people. They're cool. With pets.
They're also evil.
Yeah, they're also evil, but I mean, like, don't go putting labels on things, man.
Yeah, don't tell Dio what evil is. He'll take 2 hellhounds and run.
Oh yeah, pet hellhounds. That helps. As a paladin, no less.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe that entire sequence of events.
Yeah.
But hello and welcome. Welcome back to Verghast Crusade Plans. Only War. It has been quite a while. I had a bit of a break where I did a mini campaign with these guys where they all played Xenos. And Tyr decided to play Herenian for some bizarre reason.
Multiple Herenians.
Multiple Herenians.
All named Kimmy.
Why would you not want to play Herenia is my question. You kill yourself every session, it's great.
Except you didn't manage to do that most of the time, actually.
Yes. Anyways.
Yeah, anyway. And then I went on holiday to my cruise. And now I'm back. So I can finally answer the mystery that you've probably all forgotten. Which
What is float?
What is float?
Oh.
Yes.
Not what is that small dog barking about.
That happens to also be float.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep, okay, that's mystery solved. Great. Thanks. Good chat, you guys. Catch you later.
That's a quick mystery.
No.
Sorry,
So, you have
Yeah,
float.
I
I remember the main characteristic of it was that if left in a glass, it would start floating upwards.
Indeed. We have
I,
one flask of it.
Yeah, you got a flask of it. I don't know what you wanted to actually do with it.
I wanted to go to the snake pits and offer it to someone. Let's see what happens.
You go to the snake pits. I kind of want to see if I can randomly rope in one of my...
What are we going to offer to somebody to see what happens?
Float. A mixture between liquid trivium and pitfire.
Alright.
I'd totally drink it.
Right, okay, is there anything else you want to do, while you're in camp briefly? Because I want to see if I can rope in one of my emu players.
Brewery.
The brewery stuff.
Yeah.
I kind of wish you'd actually said something about that. I did say I can't remember what I had planned for that,
Hmm?
so I'd rather do that another week,
Yeah. Fair enough.
like the brewery mission. Is there any other Is there any context you want to meet briefly?
I need gags.
Who?
I need some more sworn gags.
Oh yeah. I would actually try meeting. What was his name? Crawledge,
College.
the chef.
Okay.
I'll be back in a couple minutes. Yes.
Yeah.
I would like to meet Aros, I think.
Hmm?
I will do Courage first then.
Yeah.
Because Courage is probably my favourite contact
Hmm?
for just how silly he is.
Yeah.
How silly he is serious.
Hmm? Besides that, see Road 20 chat. I want to tinker a little.
Oh, those are just normal
Button
rolls.
mods.
Yeah, you can just do the rolls for
Hmm.
those. I can't be.
My target is 91.
Fair enough.
It's plus 20 from it by default, plus 10 for my tours, plus 10 foresight.
Cool.
If if anyone has a trade armorer and wants to help with that,
I want to help because I do have trade armor.
I would like
Oh.
to help as well. I'm not good at it, but I technically have points.
then my target is 101. See if any of those 4 rows comes up critical fail. All is fine. Cool. So, yeah. To explain the home materials, I'm using like discarded Swerngak hide to layer the handle and the stock, for example, or like discarded teeth and claws to as ornaments.
Oh, actually, that's something I might need to actually do. It's for relief is get well a new Swargak.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, people would probably want to do someone else. I want to do the chef first. See
Yep.
if I can get someone in. Ulan, it looks like Ulan's going to join us potentially.
Hmm.
Oh no.
He's following you everywhere, man.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I mean, if people want to ask other places, they're totally fine to do so.
Mhm.
As I
Hello.
try and find the rules for.
That moment when you forget your character concept and you have to go through it to check what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll do the miracle stuff. Whatever spaces. Hey, hello.
Hello.
Actually, no, we'll do the snake pits first.
Okay. Cool.
Oh, that's
Hello.
right.
Hi, Owen.
Hey.
Hi.
Why can you still not get my name right?
Because I can't get anyone's name right.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna try to correct it.
Do tell us how you want it pronounced.
Ulan.
Lan. Okay.
Like Mulan without the M.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the knockoff Mulan, but I'm gonna call him Owen.
So yeah.
Ooh.
You actually
Don't
know the
do-
clans, don't you?
He would as Ulan. He would know Dragonfly and Prismia. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually pronounced Timothy.
Come back, sorry.
Welcome back. So yeah, you are approached by Brismir. I assume it's going to be the squad, so it would be Brismir, Dragonfly, and a few other clansmen. One of which is probably trying to hide. Falcon.
Yep, probably.
Oh no, nobody's good at hiding as Falcon. Well, I am.
But yeah, they approach you. I will let you guys do this scene how you wish.
Wait, what is going on?
You're
So-
doing the thing you wanted to do.
Ah,
Like,
okay.
Yeah, in the snake pits.
Okay.
the whole snake bits thing.
Yeah, but since that was Hayden's idea all along, I think it was even Hayden that convinced me to.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I actually passed that flask on to Hayden. Okay. I'm curious what it does. Don't get me wrong, but you do that.
That's my plan.
Yeah. I also have, in worst case, my medicat kit with me.
That's not going to be necessary.
I like to be careful in some cases, especially if the snake pits are involved.
Fair enough.
The gags are outside. Don't worry.
Yes. That's the other reason I have it with me. Drunk people and Svergags are probably not the best combination.
Of course they are. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Anyways.
So Ulan is like with us now?
Yeah, you're in the snake pits at the moment, and you find Ulan.
So, Brismere, you know this lad?
Yeah, we were hunting a while ago when this new type of Svergag was discovered.
Oh, okay.
The ghost one.
How's our little friend doing, by the way?
Hmm?
How is
Got
our
him.
little friend doing, Doc?
Oh, he's doing quite well, as I heard. I've seen them ship a whole lot of engraved plates to the super heavy pens lately.
Oh yeah, they also made sure all the Storm Wardens helped with that one. That was fun.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, it should be doing fine.
Alright, mate, so listen. I've got this new, beverage. Alright?
Yeah.
It's really good. So I've got this this shot for you, shot glass, and yeah, you can have a taste of it if you want, right?
Sure, hit me.
All right. I'm gonna pour him
There's that Ember.
a shot glass of this new beverage.
It is bright orange in colour, I believe.
It's also not free, by the way. So yeah, send those thrones over.
Some free sample.
This free sample actually costs you money.
Look.
He has money? We have money?
Plants has a very steep thing of free. It's only free when we want it.
By the way,
I
I'm
thought it was
recording
free.
everything.
You were?
But yeah, I
So
pour you
record
this
all the direction.
this glass of liquid. I have a small flask. It's not very big,
Yeah.
and yes,
Drink fast, or
yeah,
it
like
escapes.
as I pour it, it still follows laws of physics and it goes down, but only momentarily. Like after it's like in the glass, it actually starts kind of like floating upwards.
It's very very silly. Like if you turn the glass if you turn the glass upside down, it won't like float away, and the glass will keep it down.
Yeah.
Some new type of pit fire?
Some new type of pit
Precisely.
Yeah, you were interested. in
Pit fire is part of it.
It's slightly more red than Pitfire.
Mhm.
I'm a little concerned that it's floating, but hell, bottoms up.
That's perfectly fine.
And
And
it's
I'll
strawberries.
drink it.
It's strawberries.
Hmm?
I heard that tier. You added
Yep.
strawberries.
Yes, we did.
Okay, so Mulan, you drink this, and then you realise something's not quite right. For the next 16 minutes, you are now under the effects of low gravity.
Everything feels suddenly so light for you.
You're right, buddy.
I can feel my organs moving.
That's
Yeah.
normal.
If you haven't had zero G gravity, this feels very strange.
Mhm.
You want another one?
I don't think so. I'd rather not float off the ground.
Would
No,
you mind
you're
documenting
still
for us?
firmly on the ground. I can assure you, you are not floating.
You're fine, mate. Support of another.
I
At
wanted
the
to-
same time, I'm handing him a data
Never
slate
mind.
so he can record everything that he's
Oh.
feeling into a Word document.
Yeah.
That was just a check to see if he actually got high or if he's actually being truthful. I'll say anything wrong.
Yeah, you're pretty sure it's high, not floating. With that fail.
I'll lean over. Whoever is taking notes is like, he might just be high.
Yeah. He might just be high.
They've offered you a second glass. And basically you have to turn it upside down after they pour it.
Yeah.
Is he gonna drink it?
Is he gonna drink it?
I just said no.
And then I'll drink it.
Okay. 2d10 then, please.
I have all my hands are occupied right now. Please roll for me.
You also got a 16.
Cool.
Nice.
Mhm. Everyone feels suddenly much lighter for you.
Yeah, everything feels much lighter. You also feel like if you were to do some
Jumping?
yeah,
I jump up.
Yep, your jump height is doubled
Wow,
easily.
Oh.
that is impressive.
You also feel like
Sorry?
if you were to throw anything, it would go pretty far, and you feel like you could carry much more. Like all your gear feels super light on you now.
Oh, this could actually be useful in some circumstances.
Hmm.
Probably could be. So yeah.
Prismy, we need to make more.
Hmm. Well, then we need more of that.
We have some, that's fine.
Of the red stuff.
I have some more.
Okay.
What do you guys want to do for the next 16 or so minutes?
I
Record
would-
as much detail
Try to
as I
fist
can out of this.
I would actually push one of the two to see what happens to them if I push them.
They feel much lighter.
I push him back.
Unfortunately,
Solid, say.
while you feel like if you were to pick something up and throw it, pushing off someone else is like more like you're more likely pushing yourself away. They're still under the effects of normal gravity. It's only you that are under the effects of like low gravity.
Dragonfly just pulls up a chair, leans back in it, and just lazily watches.
This is the snake pits, so you can't really like lounge. If you lounge, probably somebody will assume you're passed out and sit on you.
Yeah, someone's going to. I make sure no one sits on Dragonfly.
Yeah, I'd keep my eyes open if I were you. Things get weird in here.
We're
Things
well
get
aware.
weird.
This is a snake pit. Things are always weird in here.
You're currently under the effects of low gravity, and you're saying things are weird.
Well,
I didn't say
Hey,
this
I'll-
didn't qualify.
I'll attempt to see how much force it requires to lift Ulan off the ground by, like, pushing him.
Ulan is quite not scrawny. He's quite light, isn't he? Small frame. I was in
Not at all. He's tall and muscular.
Is he?
yeah,
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Oh, it's your toughness that's really low, isn't it?
yeah.
Yes.
You're a fragile person.
He
I
is a
bruise easy,
tiny
but I hit like a truck.
Okay, fair enough. For some reason, I thought you like it was like Catherine, where there's just like rubbish toughness and strength.
No, no.
Yeah, he probably does. Yeah, he does weigh a fair bit. It is notably easier to lift him up,
Yeah. Easier than.
regardless of if he wants you to lift him up or not.
Good to know. Yeah, and I'm recording all these stats and everything down onto data slates and
I'm gonna do a handstand on top of him. Just because.
He's a tech priest, so he can't crumple easily.
Yeah, this is fine.
Wait.
No, but it's still
It's
hilarious.
Yes, definitely.
The more data I can get, the better.
Hmm.
He feels probably maybe half his weight. And you know that his gear also is affected.
Ooh, that is good to know.
His gear is also drunk.
Yeah, this thing. You notice his gear's affected, but like even if he's holding your hands or something, like if he's grabbed onto you, it doesn't affect you.
Damn it, you just preempted what I wanted to ask.
Yeah. I'm.
Um,
This is a new experimental drug, and I'm trying to sort it out myself in my head.
yeah. What would I have with me? That is relatively heavy?
A swim gang.
No, I'm not going to hand him Charlie.
Ooh, hand him globe. Hand him globe.
No. I want to see if basically gear he does not consider his own is also affected by that thing. Probably my medicated normally weighs 2 kilos, so I hand it to Ulan. Does it feel lighter than it should? Or to Hayden?
Does it?
Yes, when you're holding it, but as soon as you let go, it seems to instantly go back to normal gravity.
That is very interesting.
Okay, there's one combination we haven't tried yet.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna try lifting Ulan.
Oh,
Okay.
Is he quarter weight now?
Ooh, wow, that is something I hadn't thought of. No, actually, to you, he feels weightless.
Oh,
Oh, what? That is very interesting.
I
So
throw
one of them is
Ulan
like
towards
fine.
the ceiling.
For a few moments, he looks like he's just going to float up, and then gravity's like kicks in slowly.
And he falls back on my head. Okay.
Yeah, obviously he's falling at half speed, so I'm not going to make him roll.
This feels like being on a void ship when the gravity field is weak.
Yes, that's
Okay.
probably the closest you can assume to it. And I imagine none of you have. I know clans haven't had any void training. I don't think
Not at all.
Erland would have had void training either. It's not something they tend to give to people.
Speaking of void training, we are in the snake pit. Is the Lucky Dragon Tricks around? Maybe we
Tricks?
can ask him. Yeah.
Yeah, you can find tricks if you hunt him down.
Yeah.
He's had
Basically, we offer him a gamble.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah. He's kind of when you find him, he's at a table.
Yeah.
The White Anna is like, as per usual, kicking everyone's ass in card games, which tends to be why he plays the house, because then he has security.
yeah.
But like when he comes over, he's like, "Oh yeah, give me 1 minute," and then he just like throws his cards down on the table, and all the other players just instantly crumble and fold. He just puts his cybernetic arm out, drags all the loot over to him.
Yeah, he has probably like a inbuilt squeegee to just rake that up.
Yeah, he's just got like one of those like little rakes to pull stuff in. They
Yeah.
have on the pool tables, not pool tables.
Yeah.
Oh, what is it? Roulette tables for like chips. He's got one of those.
Yeah.
Just rakes all in. He gestures to Hunyan behind him. He's like, "Bag that, please."
Yeah.
He stands up and goes, "I have to have it. I can't have a wide end and I can't have a clans because they just tend to take everything for themselves.
Yeah.
So what can I do for you?"
We have come up with something new. And I basically fill a shot glass with float and then put a lid on it so it doesn't escape.
He looks at it suspiciously.
Yeah. This gentleman, I point to Ulan and Hayden. They bet it's. They bet that nothing. They bet that it perfectly compares to being on a void ship with a defective gravity system. But we apparently don't have void training, so we need someone to judge there. And you, as a Raiden, you have void training. You would know.
Very well. He eyes up, sees if you're actually going to like say what the bet is.
Hmm?
It's like you said there was a bet. What is the?
Well, it is a bet between us. We need you as judge.
Fine. He sighs. He takes the lid off, watches the drink for a moment just float up, then very skillfully like pulls up, spins the glass up, catches it, and drinks it. Like he lets it float up into the air, out of the glass before he does that. Drinks it, and he's like, hmm. I can't roll low for these, apparently.
Yeah.
He like is like, yeah, no, this feels like low gravity, low power systems, emergency power systems.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, that's reasonable. That's a reasonable assumption.
Oh god.
Fine, Hayden, I owe you one. Yeah. Thank you.
Great success.
Mhm.
Do you wish to try and throw tricks?
Hmm? We what?
Throw tricks.
Hey,
What?
go, throw tricks.
As in,
Oh,
do what you did to Olin.
sure.
When he starts floating up, he goes, "This is zero gravity." And then when he like starts to, when you first throw him up, he's like, "Yeah, no, this is zero gravity." And then when he starts drifting down, he's like, "Yeah, for a minute there, I was in zero gravity."
Mhm.
That much I can guarantee you.
Okay.
Spend enough.
Physics, how do they work?
What the hell do you put in that?
Secret ingredient.
Yeah, don't worry
Such
about it,
choice.
Gacker.
I feel like when you say secret ingredient, you mean Psyker.
No. No psychos involved.
Not quite that.
Nice Psyker we knew blew themselves up.
Yeah.
Well, sort of.
He like eyes you up for a minute. It's like, very well. But that stuff is weird.
Mhm.
Good weird or bad weird?
Both.
Weird.
That's a win.
I swear my spelling sometimes. I went to write grab and wrote gravy.
Yeah, it gives the effect of low gravy.
Yeah. Low gravy. It's like watery gravy, like the nasty
Mhm.
stuff.
Ugh.
Yeah, I know. I don't like watery gravy. I do like thick gravy. Anyway, so yeah. What do you do with the remaining time you are in low gravity?
Jump around like an idiot.
Okay.
I say you guys should try to run and jump over the fighting pits. Totally won't go wrong.
I actually thought of that.
Hmm?
It's probably a really bad idea.
You tried jumping over the entire pit.
Yeah.
Cool.
You gonna do that?
No.
Okay.
I will bet my next week of alcohol that you can't make it.
You know, with my agility set, I might be able to do it.
I bet you my entire week of alcohol. If you fall in, you win a fight.
With a fight.
The problem is, you need like some teeth to jump like over it, and the snake pits are just too crowded. You can't get, you know.
Yeah.
Dragonfly just keeps looking at Ellen like, you want to try? Bad
Tricks like
stance.
goes like slides up next to Dragonfly and say, "Hey, if I throw one of them over the pits, would I get the week's worth of Amazec?"
No, we split it.
Yes.
We split it.
Yes. I'll just steal some more from Brismere. You can have the entire week's. Throw one of them.
Tricks, I'm down for this, except we split it.
Fine.
Let's do it.
Okay. I'm pretty sure I still got Trix's character sheet somewhere in this.
You do.
Yeah,
It's
you
still here.
definitely do. It's in
It's near the bottom.
season 1 characters. Party members. Miss Junk, season 1 characters, party members.
Oh yeah, I forgot he was actually kind of naff because he was a random mook who just managed to not get himself killed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure what to roll here.
Athletics. Athletics, just show someone.
His athletics is really shit.
Of course. But he gets a massive bonus because of zero gravity, or
This is true.
limited gravity.
Yeah.
Let's say he has a drain and gets a plus 30 or so. Maybe a plus 40 if Hayden actively jumps. Basically pushes himself off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would definitely be active.
And you roll a natural 1. Yeah. You actually end up in the ceiling. He completely misjudges it, throws you, and you just go flying up, and you're somewhere in the rafters now.
Wait, where am I?
You're in the
Okay,
rafters of the area that, like, you've gone over the snake pits, but you've gone, as opposed to going in an arc like this, you've kind of just gone, and ended up somewhere in the roof.
Well, that's fine, but I mean, we won the fucking bet, so it's good.
Yeah, no, you've definitely won the bet.
The rest doesn't matter.
I just wanted to. I was hoping someone would fall in the pit. I wanted to see someone get their ass
Of
beat.
course you wanted. Yeah, you wanted to see someone in the pit. But, how much do we owe him now?
My week's worth of
Yeah.
amnesty.
Hey,
Your
Aiden,
week-
there is a rather confused, like, white Hunyan up there trying to fix a light. There's,
Trying to
because
Microbeat, while you're up there, help that guy.
yeah,
I
there's
can't
like
hear
dozens
anything
of
but
like
listening
laser
to
lights up there, and like there's a Hunyan trying to fix one, and he looks very confused at you for appearing suddenly.
Is he high?
Huh?
Is he high?
He's a
No.
Huyan, of course.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yes, but like maybe super high.
Oh no, he's not super high. He's actually
He's,
doing a job at the moment.
he's high enough. But,
He does look a bit confused. You're not sure if he's high enough to believe that someone just teleports.
I just wave at him. Hey.
He waves back high.
Does he have any visible drugs on him?
No. Well, you're not quite sure. He's got a number of like strange bulbs on his hip, of various colours. You're not sure if they're drug containers or actual light bulbs.
I would suggest you help him with the lasers. You can
Question.
probably fix that.
Oh yeah, that's a good point actually. How high up are the lamps and whatnot?
Oh, like this is like the cat. This is like the
Yeah, the catwalk, like upstairs.
yeah, the,
You-
catwalks
you're-
and skeletons and stuff above the stage.
You're on the light stage.
Yeah.
Hey buddy, I can help you out with these. It's gonna go much faster. I'm gonna need that to be.
It would probably be trade technomat or something.
Yeah, it'd be Trade Techmat. Or
Deadlight.
me.
When someone is thrown, like has been, how long does it take for the effects of gravity to return properly? Not like fully, but like how they were before, so it's low gravity versus zero gravity.
It takes a few moments. You know, with tricks, it was stronger. Like, it lasted longer when tricks threw someone, or when tricks was thrown up.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, it admittedly was very much stronger with tricks when he actually threw someone up into the rafters, which is the first anyone's managed to do that. The Widener seems perfectly comfortable being in, like, low gravity. It doesn't seem to bother him at all.
So yeah, does Royan want me to help him?
He's like, sure. I find it best to agree to strange appearing people.
Let's go. Give me that light bulb. Let's go.
Yeah, he like hands you a light bulb. The laser lights are a mix between crappy lasguns that have been like really low turned down on power, and like a number of lights stolen from various stages.
Don't you mean regular lasguns?
I like how they're actually shooting us.
I would like to point out that's the same reasoning why Xiaoquar gives shitty lasguns to the conscripts.
Do absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know that the energy crystals they put into them are the Hunyarmons, if you've seen those before. So, hence why they all do different colours. He's
Want
up
me
here
to roll
thinking-
something?
Huh?
You want me to roll something?
Trade Technomat, trade Tech Use. Oh,
Oh
Tech Use.
god, I'm terrible on this.
Thank you.
Trade Tech Use.
Uh, I mean, that is probably okay.
You're like, yeah, okay, I'll help. Screw, screw, screw. And just like, an entire beam just starts giving way and just like crashes into the actual snake pits itself.
Oh.
How? Via my.
I casually float away.
Hey, how the blazes did you gag that up?
Look, don't worry about it. I tried to leave before, someone notices.
I like the idea of your escape route. It's like, I now pull out an umbrella and Mary Poppins away.
I mean,
Thomas, yo.
It's not noticeably darker. There's noticeably more yelling and screaming and annoyance in the snake pits. Not much, but it is noticeable.
This has nothing to do with me, I'm just leaving.
Several of the laser lights, despite having fallen off the roof, are still working.
yeah, because they are last guns with their own jobs. What? That happened.
Dragonfly is just face palming and rubbing your face like, oh, that was so magnificently stupid.
Yeah.
If any of you are paying attention to tricks, he's already booking it.
I'm looking at
I'm taking very serious notes. Like, how much does his foot go up higher than normal, etc.
If anyone is paying attention to Falcon, you will have noticed that you haven't seen him for several minutes at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, the same here. It was like, yeah, I'll just disappear into the crowd and be part of this.
I think I'm just casually drinking with Dragonfly. Cheers.
I'm just...
Yes.
The rate this is going, the snake pits is actually going to close down. We are actually going to kill the snake pits.
Nah.
Yeah, I
Nothing
had
to do
other
with
things to do besides tear this place down, so I think I'm gonna pop over to that. See you guys later.
Yeah,
See
see
you,
ya.
weak embers.
See ya.
Ah.
Thank you for popping in. That's
Yeah.
awesome of you.
Of course, Serene has to insult me before I leave.
Yeah.
It's Dragonfly's way. She doesn't like outsiders.
Mm.
He's a dust object. That's all he is.
Got weak embers. Cool.
Now you partly destroyed their roof, or their light show, and Kyopio has stolen like half their drugs, half their booze.
Yeah.
Amus was a part of that too.
Hmm?
Actually, I think Amus is more of that than Kyopio.
So,
Yeah,
so,
Quopio took 60 bottles, Amus took 100.
so mind me why you guys are trying to destroy like the only fun place that
We
we
are?
have.
You know what, you're right, we should steal it back.
So, to catch
You're
you up,
gonna
out
do a
of
heist onto Kyopio to steal the booze back to...
To be
That
fair,
that might just happen at some point.
that would actually get us in favor with the owners of the snake pit.
That is true.
That is a very good reason.
Anyways, does any one of you want to fight in the pit? Or?
I'm gone, dude. I'm not here anymore.
Yeah, I think most of the party's already left and you're standing there like, wait. Does anyone you want to fight in the pit? You turn around, there's just like the dotted outline of the party.
Okay, fair enough. Then I will leave as well.
I will first make sure I get one bottle of something random and just walk away.
Even now,
Yeah,
you're still stealing.
that's fair enough. We need a drink.
I check
after.
the mortality rates of the snake pits before I leave.
They're about average, honestly.
There's a pile of bodies at the door.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's always
mean-
a pile of body at the door.
We can go looking through their pockets. You
Yeah.
really
I
want?
don't think you really want to go looking through their pockets when you accidentally caused it.
I mean,
No, it's a pile of bodies outside.
Outside.
It's generally considered rude to go rifling through there, mostly because people tend to wake up halfway through.
Yeah,
doing it.
because most of them are only unconscious.
Oops, I accidentally
al-
slipped and my knife fell through his throat.
Yeah,
Also, people tend to have already gone through their pockets.
yeah, that's also true. Basically, when someone tries to go to that pile, nope. I just basically grab them by the scruff of their coats. Nope, please don't.
Also, generally, when people are trying to rummage through other people's pockets on the pile, they get bodies thrown at them. It's not
Yeah,
really weird.
that also happens.
So, but no. Anyway, you leave. Eventually, the effects wear off. But it doesn't wear off quite as you hoped.
We're now under effect of high gravity.
You are on the effects of high gravity. Roll me 1d10.
I was so hoping it was like that Inuyasha thing where they say sit and he just slams into the ground.
You are under the effects of high gravity for 9 minutes.
Oh!
Hayden, something wrong?
Everything's so heavy. Well,
I imagine it's like a very massive sudden like twist as well, because you've gone from a low gravity to high gravity
yeah.
in like seconds.
He had like the peppiest, happiest walk, and now he's like slunched, like hunched over, and just like, ah,
This hurts.
Kill me.
help me.
Kill you? Okay, sure. Wait there.
Please do not actually kill him. That's I do. If it doesn't wear off in half an hour, then maybe. But
Maybe.
until then, no.
If it doesn't wear off in half an hour, you're going to find a job on a space station.
Yeah.
The moment this happens, I try looking for tricks to see if there's any increase in the effects.
Trix has already left.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're not finding him. He's gone.
Yeah, if Trix
Damn.
doesn't want to be found, he's not going to be found by the likes of you.
Yeah.
well, then I'll put up a notice.
Hmm?
It's like,
Where?
I don't know, like on a door somewhere. My character doesn't really pay attention. It's just like, I'm looking for a person. If found, tell this tech priest.
Mhm.
Tell this Blackfinger.
Okay.
The
fair enough.
the door is opened by a little old lady, and she looks very confused as to why you're graffitiing on her door.
Good evening. And I finish my vote and then walk away.
I just shake my head at Blackfinger Alphonse.
I imagine.
What was that about?
She deeply sighs as you walk away.
I feel like she's like a
What
little
about
bit.
what?
She's got a little bit of dementia, so she opens the door. It's like, David, is that you?
No, she doesn't have dementia.
I just want the David joke.
No, you can't have the David joke. Shoot.
Yeah, very true.
No.
But yeah, quite wrecked looking tech priest just nailed a note on her door. What did the note say, by the way?
I want to know what happens with tricks when the effects wore off.
Mhm.
It'll eventually find him, I hope.
Okay. Well,
I have no way of contacting him.
Well, you just have to
Oh, no.
find him again. But
Yep.
no, you return to the captain.
mhm.
Cool. Do people want to go to the gag pens?
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
When you arrive, the elder swarm warden nods to you. Ah, greetings. Are you here to visit your imprinted?
Oh yes, hi. That, and we wanted to check on the new addition to your pride.
How is he?
Problematic, but we're slowly dealing with him.
Good to hear.
If we leave even one gap unwarded, he manages to worm his way out.
I have a suggestion, Elder.
Hmm?
You might want to get some holy symbols etched onto some like leg guarding or something, so that he can't just go straight through someone's legs when they open the door.
We generally don't. We made an airlock for his pen.
Ah, I wasn't around when you did that part.
No, we've been doing this quite recently.
Makes sense.
Yes, we've gone for the airlock approach, so he doesn't. So we don't need to keep constantly strapping additional armor to us whenever we try to handle the axe.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you go to the pens. Falcon and Hayden, you both had purple spines imprinted, and they seem to be growing up well. They tend to grow up. They're one of the quickest to grow. The purple spines. The blue belly, you dragonfly. When you go to look for the blue belly, it's currently actually hiding underneath the surface of its pond, so you can't actually see it.
Ah, it's totally invisible.
No, it's just hiding underneath the waters.
I'm gonna see if I can't spot it, because I kind of know this trick.
Mhm.
I don't know what negatives I would have had, but 39 target, whatever the negatives would have been.
Yeah, the negatives probably wouldn't be as strong for you because A, it's a youngling, and B, it's a you're used to this. You can spot it. It's kind of like lurking near the edge,
I mean,
like
that,
waiting for food.
that's what they do.
Seems to be
It's-
doing fine. I was just seeing if like I could see it or if it had just been moved somewhere else for whatever reason.
No, it's just doing what it does, which is lurk.
I will go into the pen and give it some food and then come back out.
When the food is thrown, it like ambushes the food, drags it underneath the water.
Ah, I have got you now, Frey. I look fact.
That's my boy. That's my boy.
Faye, your black spine is growing nicely.
Ah, excellent, excellent.
I've actually slightly forgotten which one's which. It's been a while
Which-
since...
Who's imprinted with what?
No, which Svergax or which? Like, it's been like ages since I've...
I actually put it on my character sheet, like imprinted on Greater Black Spine Sworn Gag.
Black Spine's the stealthy ones, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the one that
Falcon's
Falcon
got.
has.
Yeah. Enjoy your tea.
Crazy.
I cannot enjoy it yet, it's not made.
Oh,
Well,
Enjoy your tea when it is made. Ah.
Yes.
We shall doubly wish you to enjoy it.
yeah.
Yep.
Just
your black spine is like doing what black spines do, like young black spines do, which is crawl everywhere. When you enter, it's actually like on the ceiling trying to nibble at the light.
See, this is exactly what I wanted to do.
Mhm.
By the way, all your spines are growing up quite healthy.
Mhm.
The greater spine, the
Salvage Dragon.
the salvage dragon, is indeed growing well. Salvage dragons, even the young ones, aren't really engaged as much
Hmm?
due to just their significance.
Yeah.
And the greatest spine's cage is the entire vehicle, effectively.
Yeah.
And like he's just like lounging in front of a fire when you find him.
Hmm?
It probably made that fire.
Yeah. I will also feed him and
And I
Yeah.
will feed him, and I will pet him, and I will call him Mr. Cuddles.
so
They
what?
don't actually spit fire. They just can be. They can. They spew. Do they spew fire?
Yeah, they
Secret
have
ones
dragon's
do.
breath.
Oh yeah, they do have dragon's breath. Wow, I'm just being stupid. You're not meant to agree to that, String.
To what?
I mean, you said it. You're the
I
GM.
said I said I mean stupid, and you went
Hmm.
But yeah, no, he was just like lounging in front of the fire. He's definitely growing faster than the others.
Hmm?
Notably
good.
a few inches bigger.
That's good.
Like the only ones that I keep with him are the purple spines because they grow the fastest.
Hmm?
Um,
But they stop growing.
they
earlier.
stop growing much earlier.
Hmm?
So.
All right. Wonderful.
Still jealous.
Hmm?
I'm still jealous of you.
Yeah.
Why?
Why?
He has the most sacred of them.
I mean, he's not going to get to ride it because they're
Yeah.
too sacred to be ridden out unless there's a very
Exactly.
special occasion.
Hmm?
I'm still jealous in character.
It's not as cool as a stealth dragon.
Yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
Yeah. Not dragons, Verghast.
Yeah.
Exactly. Whatever. Fungi dragons.
And then the Swarm Warden goes, yeah. After he's shown you around to your various gacks, he's like, what can I help you with?
We, last time we were in field, we had some casualties of our own sworn gags, and we need to replenish our stock, sadly.
Not that we. It's not that we replenish our stocks. It is that we currently, for our next mission, need transport. And if there are available sworn gag that would allow us to ride them, we would really want to request them for a bit.
Do you do Svorngak armor?
That was something I was actually planning to do. Thank you for reminding me.
It's
No
not
problem.
It's not statted, so he's going. We do, but we don't have any currently. As for Swangaks, can you all roll me? Whoever's trying to get a Swangak, can you roll me a requisition test, please?
What is it? Influence?
Influence, yes. This would be at a plus 20.
Would I get any more bonuses for being a swarm warden?
No. What are you trying to get, by the way, Serene?
If it is okay with you, I would like to get the spine-tailed one, and it's a newer one that Gray added.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
the ruin scarred.
yeah, you can get that on a plus. I'll say that's a plus 20 as well. That's
All right, let's roll for that one first.
while it's less common, it's also not as sought after.
I'm a fake that.
So Faye, he's like, yes, I've got a young Swarmgak that's mature. As for your request, Swarm Warden, I think we have a spine-tailed that's reached maturity,
Excellent.
and
I'll
he
take.
leads you. He actually leads you to a different vehicle because they don't keep the ready ones here. And he brings out to a normal Swarmgak and a spine-tailed, hands the reins to each of you.
I take them.
I mean, a spine-tailed is size 3, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, they're not that big. I would also just one more if you trust me enough to handle an already large group out on the field. I would like to try to get another purple spine to replace Rosie. May she rest well in the great fire.
But Rosie's not dead.
Rosie did die.
No, I'm trying to mess with your insanity.
Mhm.
Your insanity was that Rosie wasn't dead.
No, stop! I'm trying to ignore that.
But she's not dead though.
The moment that someone says, but she's not dead, Dragonfly does start looking around and then just slowly glares at who said it, like, stop it!
You can't glare at the GM, because the GM is not a person in game. I am a voice in your head.
Stop it! Don't glare at the guy.
Dragonfly still glares around. Who said that?
No.
At first, she glares at the guy who gave her the ruin guard, and then like looks around like, wait a minute. Yeah, she's not sure who to glare at actually.
She looks at the mirror. She sees herself, and then she sees herself, and then she glares at herself.
Don't worry, T, all you've missed is me messing with Serene.
Okay.
Serene, can you give me another influence? Oh, did you buy it through talents, actually?
The war pack thing?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Then, yes, he would... Yeah, if you bought it through talents, he will give you one. But I thought you were trying to request another one through.
He got the Warpack talent once more, so he would get a new one.
Yeah.
And the other one was to replace Rosie.
Yes, that's what I was trying to confirm, because Serene decided to not say that.
Mhm.
Honestly, I didn't know, because it was just like, you get a new thing, so I just assumed it was like, you can requisition one more, you don't just freely get one more.
How I've done it, in the past, is if you get something like that, so if you get, if you were to be a commander and get another comrade, you would get a comrade for free, but replacing a comrade is requisition. Okay. Likewise with the Warpack.
Alright, I didn't know, so I was just assuming that it was just, you get a new slot that you can fill in the next time you pass the test to get one.
Mm. Yeah, okay, that's fair enough, but yeah, no.
Alright, perfect, wow. Cheers.
Cheers.
So, as you sort of, as he like brings out the purple spine, you see a officer enter. They are from a regiment that you don't recognise, and doesn't actually have a uniform description. God damn you, Grey.
Yeah, but then me. Oh.
You know exactly who I'm going to use.
Yes.
Don't
but
have a uniform.
You could have told me you were going to use them, and I had finished them.
I only decided I was going to use them about 30 seconds ago, and then realised I didn't have a uniform.
Okay, fair enough. Then
I was like, who can I my trail of thought was, who can I send to bring you here? Oh wait, I can use that massive stuff you did earlier.
feel free to give them a uniform of your description, but
Obviously the Tenra.
No, it's not Tenra.
no.
Tenra has a uniform.
Yeah.
He's wearing a mostly black uniform.
Mm-hmm. Mine does also get a dress uniform.
Yeah, actually no, when he first enters, at first you think he's wearing a suit. It takes a few moments to realise that it's actually a uniform style to look a bit more like a suit.
Mm-hmm.
On one shoulder is a stylized J, on the other is the symbol of the comrades.
Mm-hmm.
And
Now what's a fancy lad doing here?
He looks around, approaches you as well as the Swarm Ward, Elder Swarm Warder, and goes, "Is this Komodo Squad?
This is Komodo Squad.
Please follow me."
Yeah.
Your
Okay.
presence has been requested.
Okay. Sure. Well, what's the matter? And by the way, who are you to...
I'm
But-
Jenkins.
Fair enough.
Private Jenkins?
Ah, this is from the Jenkins Battalion. Or whatever their name is.
He is indeed at Jenkins.
He's indeed a Jenkins.
Private Jenkins?
All of the Jenkins.
Oh god.
Please don't tell me your first name is Leroy.
No, that's.
He's
Are
from...
you talking about War Master, Leroy?
No.
No.
What are you on about? Why did you mention my planet name? L33ROY.
There we go. That works even better.
Yeah. Well then, Mr. Jenkins. Bye. What's the request about?
I cannot say the details, however, it is from an Imperial tactician.
Okay.
So I,
Well then, is everyone here?
yes, that is,
I mean, of the of us Commodores.
yes,
Okay. Yeah.
you
fair
are
enough.
all, you are all members of Komodo, this is Komodo Squad, correct? All members accounted for.
Yeah, fair enough.
Very well, please follow me. He leads you outside. He has a chimera, but
Mhm.
it's styled to look sleek. It's clearly not a military one, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Like a lot of the armor plates has been, not all of them, but like a lot of them are reduced to be a lot lighter, and a lot more effort has been gone into making it look proper.
Mhm. Cool.
This regiment can then never be taken serious again. Which regiment?
Leroy.
Nero.
The
I mean,
Jenkins.
Jenkins. Jenkins.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah.
they're not meant to be taken seriously.
Yeah.
He's wearing a suit, guys. Obviously, he is to be taken seriously.
Yeah.
You must respect this man.
Also, Dio's Discord has caught fire and died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
As
it's
per
not
usual.
working tonight.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, so he leads everyone into the Chimera, like opens the back for you, lets you all climb inside, then goes in and starts up and drives you off. He drives you to a part of camp you haven't seen before. It's more of the organised. It's kind of nestled a bit in like the Munitorum section, so it's all nightly organised and there's lots of buildings. Although where, no, he gave you an order to join him in his van.
Yeah.
It's far
But
more
was there
effective than a
candies in
military.
the back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is actually a small dish in the middle of like humbugs. You can help yourself.
Okay.
Okay, fair enough. But,
The tech priest does.
Yeah.
fair enough.
You like
You're probably immune to anything they get mixed it with anyways.
what, like peppermints?
Yep.
It's a flipping sweet.
Yeah.
I'm trying to drug you.
Your
Yeah.
greatest weakness, sugar.
The thing you can no longer enjoy.
This is the part where Palm tells us his character is actually diabetic and dies horribly.
No, that doesn't happen.
No, that's but
He
you do
was,
notice.
but he got a change.
You do notice this Chimera is like nicer. The seats are not like bare metal; they have some cushioning. It is still a Chimera, so it's still a military vehicle, and so it's not like really nice and luxurious. But it's certainly a million classes better than a normal Chimera. The engine seems to be tuned so it's not like being deafened, i.e. you're not sitting inside it. And yeah, he drives you to. It looks like a very new compound. There's actually construction going on around it. He pulls up into the underground car park. There is a number of chimeras as well as luxurious ground vehicles and various other things as well. He gets out, opens the door for you, which will step out, closes the chimera back up, and leads you through. You do notice there are one or two others. There's a number of soldiers from various regiments. You do also spot one or two more of the Jenkins in their suit dress uniform.
Okay.
Suit dress.
Suit dress.
Fair enough.
And he eventually leads you up to a rather luxurious sort of... It's a cross between a briefing room and a lounge.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's made an effort to make a briefing room nicer.
Okay.
Not necessarily the best effort in the world, but it's certainly
Mhm.
better. Like there's a glass of...
Yeah.
There's like small tables and glasses of water everywhere for everyone. And Jenkins steps in, he sort of like hovers by the door and gestures for you to sit down.
Sure.
I
Once you,
immediately sniff the water to see if it smells different.
it smells like it's cold, i.e. it's got ice in it.
Mm-hmm.
I will take a cautious sip.
Dio!
Well,
That's
what?
right.
Dio?
Yeah.
Dio returned.
Dio!
He's a Dio.
No. Is your Discord no longer on fire?
It's still pretty on fire, to be honest.
That is unfortunate.
Talking to you on 3G right now.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Stop living in the past, live in the future. 4G's where that.
There's no 4G tower around here. I can pick it up, it's just I'm in the middle of fucking nowhere, so...
Let's
Move
Move to
stuff
the middle of
somewhere.
somewhere.
Yeah.
so once Jenkins... what was the last thing you heard about?
So, you'd just gone... speak to the person, and they were like, yeah, we have lives, Verghast, and then they gave you one, and then we moved somewhere else.
Okay.
And that's where it cut off, I think.
Yeah, so did you hear about Jenkins? I can't tell if you're dying or it's just...
Well, can you not hear me properly?
I can see your ring going green, but sometimes I don't hear you.
Yeah.
Now, or is this fine?
No, I heard you from now, and this is fine. So
I
that
think
seems to-
because I'm talking through the browser, because my app won't boot up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you switch tab, it doesn't recognize focus.
What?
If you switch tab to Roll20 while you're using the web browser Discord, it will not recognize focus.
The app's not loading up.
Oh my flipping god. Somebody actually type it to him, because I think he's switching tabs every time we try and explain it to him.
Apps.
What?
Abs.
It's funny. It's way too funny.
Yeah. So,
I've typed it to him, so he can't say he doesn't hear us now.
yeah.
There.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't see.
Oh, this is a great start to come back to.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm
it
glad
wouldn't
that
be
Discord
us
decided
without
to...
fire.
Yeah.
Can you hear us fine? Is the real question. You're not switching tabs.
Damn.
So you're just staying on Discord and it's just freaking out. I'm gonna guess... Okay. That's fine. At least you can hear us, right? So, that's fine. If you can hear us fine, that's totally... That's better than, say,
Yeah. Better than nothing.
yeah. So yeah, you were escorted to a new building you hadn't been to by someone who's wearing a uniform that is designed to look like a suit. And his name is Jenkins. So yeah, you are led into a sort of a cross between a briefing room and a lounge. He's not dead, no. He's in fact a Batman.
He's not dead yet. He is not currently dead.
Yeah, he's fine. So he gestures you all into the room, asks you all to sit down. Once you're all sat down, he leaves. And a few minutes later, he opens the door again, and a woman walks in. She's wearing the uniform of Imperial High Command. It is stylized a bit like a comrade's. The only reason you recognise this is because you just served with a bunch of comrades, so you kind of recognise the...
Yeah, the comrades very much got served.
Yes. Well, the ones in the Lehman Russes didn't. They just threatened you with Lehman Russes.
Hmm?
I remember the end of that mission.
Yeah.
She walks in. Her... I can't remember which eye it is. One of her eyes. Her left eye is cybernetic. It looks like it's probably Rickard's work. Very well done. Although you do see a number of black lightning marks coming from the eye as scarring. Or not, they're probably not black now, but they're like lightning marks coming from where the eye is installed.
Okay.
She kind of walks up and looks at you and goes, "You are Komodo Squad?"
We are Komodo Squad.
You are the ones that recovered this. And she holds up one of the samples of threvium. Oh, not threvium.
The red substance. The red substance.
The red substance, sorry.
Hmm?
I forget that 90% of you are actually GMs.
We recovered something like this, at least, yes?
Yes.
Well, it was very explosive, if I remember correctly.
Can you run me through the entire mission, please?
We were tasked to find and possibly attack an underground facility in Syria, Corps 3.
Yes, I'm aware of roughly where the area you scouted. Was believed to be some sort of command bunker for the stoneworks, if I'm correct.
Yes, indeed. It turned out it was instead a research facility of some description. We found... what did we find there? Some of the terrariums?
Found this Psyker
Yeah,
Xeno thing.
Please don't jump. If it helps, go through the mission step by step.
Yeah. That's what I was trying to do.
Okay.
Well, we found a cave entrance that looked often frequented, and picked up strange readings with our scanners. At the same time, Falcon, I point him out, started to experience a flash of paranoia at first, right? And later full-on out-of-body experiences. Anyway, using the auspices, we pointed out we were directly below the source, and using Prodigy Swinburne Dragonfly's children, using Swinwerk, we burrowed into the structure above us. We found a kind of maintenance tunnel, manned with, patrolled with a few Turalians and Morlins. This is where Falcon started to experience serious out-of-body and in a different body experiences, rather than just a feeling of being watched. We advanced through the facility and found multiple laboratories, one rather chemical or maybe medical in nature, where we found those samples, and another one in a rather technical way, like Like the scrap forge or a similar
yes,
workshop.
garage.
Workshop.
A workshop on garage. Oh, garage. Okay.
Yes. What other thing? It was some sort of tank, was it?
Yeah, well, we found a lab, and then we moved further downwards after the out-of-body experience of Falcon. Moving downwards, we...
No, we moved up.
No, the level was down.
We moved up.
No, we started at the bottom and moved up.
I'm sorry. We moved up and into a hangar. The hangar was a tank, which was first inactive until we entered, and it became more active. We then came to the conclusion that whatever was inside the tank was affecting Falcon.
Yes. It turned out to be some sort of mutation of Moralin. Bigger head than the normal ones, different coloration. And he was strapped into a sort of machine, like a armored sphere of some description with wires and weird gear attached to his head. He did something we could not quite figure out what. Probably psychery in nature, or psychic in nature. It was plain weird to us. In short.
Interesting.
We killed that Morlin and blew up the machine. And then we made our way back out of the facility.
Fair enough. You collected some samples. Who did you give them to? I'm aware Clans has some rather reputable or ill-advised members.
We got our own. We got the Coven involved, which are Psychos of scoring.
This is where I got my samples from. I reached out to them. And,
yes. We got. I'm pretty sure we gave Galen Magos Fed some samples as well.
Ah, yes, the Magos.
We did.
And we further gave samples to Magos Atropos.
You did?
We did.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, I know he is insane, but he is also a genius. If he can't figure that stuff out, then probably no one can.
Out of character, out of game. Magos Anthropos is Xavier.
Yes, yeah. When you say that, and she it takes a moment for her to work it out, and she goes, yes, him. Probably it is a better description. Very well. But you are.
I know he is insane, or beyond insane, but he is also a genius, and if he can't figure that out, I don't know who can.
Yes. Did you collect anything else from that base? Documents, research?
Scientists, life scientists.
Life scientists.
Which we also delivered to, I forgot, Galen and so on.
Yes, and right, those ones.
We definitely gave. Didn't we even catch 3 of them?
Yes, we did.
I think so.
I think we gave 2 to. We gave them all to Galen.
No. We distributed them a bit.
I think you gave one to Xavier, but
yeah, we gave one to Xavier.
Also
yeah, she sighs as, oh yes, it's regrettable that that trade wasn't established until moments after your encounter. Unfortunately, if we'd known, darn. Those scientists were dissected, unfortunately, which is rather
Hey,
unfortunate. We would have rightly.
that gag is not on our pile. That we didn't even know you guys existed by then.
I don't believe we did. Well, we were in the process of being established. So there is always going to be toothing issues, and it's most unfortunate. But we're trying to get up to speed rather quickly, and we are doing well. Was there anything else recovered?
No,
Was there anything else recovered? I don't think so.
I wouldn't.
You can
Wait,
give
I think
you can give
I think-
intelligence tests to try and remember, because I remember what you recovered.
wait, I think we also recovered some files, not only crystals, but also files from the lab. With
Did you?
stuff in it. Yes.
I don't remember that. No, that's not what I'm remembering.
My memory serves correctly. We collected
Where
some
the
crystals
cover-
each. We collected the scientists, and we collected the helmet apparatus and the cables.
Yes, one of you guys grabbed the helmet before you
Right.
blew that thing up.
We collected the dead psyker.
Who did you give the psychic?
That one we gave to Galen.
I think we gave that to the Coven, actually.
That
Could also
might be right, yeah.
Yeah, I think you gave it to the Coven. She goes, the dead one, yes. Necromantic. Morning necromantic. They are.
That's what you call them?
That is what they call themselves, translated. Their
Fair
language doesn't translate amazingly. No. Necromantics are the Morlin Psychers. They're a bit temperamental, from what I've gathered.
Alright.
But that does explain the... What was the designation for that? And she, like, glanced at Jenkins, and Jenkins, like, starts rummaging through a data slate. But regardless, and the helmets? Where did the helmets go?
I didn't
I
realize we had
actually
recovered
think we
them.
still have them.
The helmet which was on from the tank. You ripped it out.
Yeah.
I think Falcon kept it as a souvenir.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Deer's not here, so I can't pester him for it.
If my memory serves, I think that's right. But I wasn't a part of the squad at the time.
No, you weren't. She looks at Faye and goes, "You said you recovered documents. Do you have those?"
No, we didn't recover documents. We recovered samples of files with liquids in them. Those were also, together with some of the samples given to
Vials. You mean
Vials.
liquefied
Yeah,
Yeah.
stuff?
small
Yep.
containers.
Yeah.
She-
Those we did also share with
Galen.
Galen and
do you still
Maybe.
have any of those samples? any chance?
we do
Perhaps
have.
one, maybe? One,
I,
maybe?
I have 2 of each still. Do
I would
some-
quite like them. Seeing as you've been very helpful, I shall relay some information back. The substance you recovered, both in liquid and solid form, was processed threvium. Threvium is a substance that the Imperium did not know was on this planet, and it is new to us. Both factions that have been here, the Tau and the Chaos, have been researching it, and we are trying to catch it very fast. Due to this, the TRIA was established, the Zargraft Research Initiative.
Okay.
I directly oversee the projects, as handed down to me by the Lord Commander. A number of Majoses, as well as other officials, have fully supported it. And I would ideally like any samples or research on Threvian directed to me.
Of course.
If...
Hmm?
No, go ahead, sorry.
I think we left them in the in our tech temple.
Very
So we'll deliver them to you later.
well. If certain individuals require samples for various researchers, that is fine. Supply them, although please alert me that you have supplied them to them. such individuals sometimes like to forget to let me know.
I pull out a small flask at that point.
She
Okay.
doesn't seem to like. She just assumes you're going to drink it, so she
I
doesn't.
pour a drink. And it's full, of course.
Yeah. Do you just like let it float up?
Yeah, sure.
She looks very strange. What is that?
Or put some of that red stuff in the booze.
She gives you a look of like, you madman.
No one of us can actually deny that. We are all quite.
Yeah, like she doesn't say it. She just gives you a look of like horror of like, you put something. You put a chemical from a research lab into your booze.
Yep.
I make a copy and hand over a copy of the data which I took when
It
we were testing
makes
it.
you float.
By the way, Hayden, how
please-
did it taste?
Sorry?
How
Can you
did
please-
it taste?
It tastes like guitar with strawberry.
Yeah.
Okay.
She goes. Can you put that back in a glass or something? I don't want it on the ceiling.
I'll just drink it.
Okay.
2 days time.
2d10 then, please. It's perfectly safe to drink. Interesting.
At this moment, Dragonfly will move over and just kind of like push him up.
Oh, like throw him up.
Yeah,
we,
just like
we,
throw him
we
up.
assume, well, I assume that it is safe to drink due to the properties of the other ingredients.
Yeah, it's not normal booze.
Interesting.
It's still booze, though, right?
Yeah, it is still booze.
It is booze. It is.
Good booze.
It's special booze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, my sister Arietta is going to be very interested in that. Do you have a sample I can take? The more the better.
This is all we have, the flask, and it's half empty.
Can you recreate it?
I think so.
I think so. Yes.
Good booze.
I'm confident we can.
Very well, if you have some samples of Thravium that you need to recreate it, by all means keep it, although I will want some of the product.
Mm.
The more the better.
Okay.
It is certainly an interesting...
Prismir, didn't we call it float?
We called it float
It's called
because you see what it does.
It is very peculiar. Interesting. Well, thank you. You've been most helpful. Do you have any questions? While I have read your reports on the incident, I always like to interview individuals who have encountered Thravium or Thravium-based technology for the first time, as the reports often don't do justice, and also I can't ask them a question.
Now that you said, given us the idea that this is super dangerous, what are the effects of it normally?
We have no idea. But however, both Chaos and Tau have researched it extensively from what we've gathered.
Did you find anything the other our enemies have done with it? Any idea what they were doing with that stuff?
Well, we have recently encountered a new type of battlesuit that the Tau are deploying for the Tyrellians that appear to use a Thravium-based reactor.
Okay.
So it's a power source.
Yes, but from your reports and one or two sketchy encounters, they're also using it in a type of new tank to amplify their necromaniacs, or their psychers, as a sort of psychic boosting engine.
So, do you suspect those are two different effects, or do we have now to deal with warp-powered battlesuits?
this is the thing. We just simply just do not have enough information. Even the even the raw or processed resource is incredibly hard to get a hold of. As there was a squad recently in Core 4, the Hell Legion. They managed to find a battle site where both Tau and Chaos were throwing dozens of elite troops into effectively a meat grinder just to try and get a hold of a single shipment of this stuff.
Okay. We've met at Hell Legion, but wow.
Some of the other suspected effects of Threvium is some sort of psychic mist that seems to grow and feed and warp itself as it gets larger, as well as causing a microbiome to stabilize itself in a terrain that should otherwise not exist.
As in, like, a living entity?
What, the smoke mist?
Yeah.
We have no idea, because Trier wasn't established at that time. We have a number of reports from various soldiers and officers that were there at the time. However, we cannot conduct further tests before we had to abandon that war zone.
Yeah.
Is it known to cause mutations?
We have no idea.
Okay. So, no one quite knows what it does, but everyone wants it.
That is correct. This is why Trier has been established, is to work out what the enemy are doing and work out what it can do for the Imperium.
The Swarm ones recently recovered some type of beast that could phase. We're currently researching it now.
Oh yeah, you might want to check on that. It's also no, wait, we don't have any samples here. It's also glowing red, so like the liquefied and crystalline Threvium.
She not interesting, thank you. But this is the thing. We simply just don't have enough information, and the enemy have had years to study and refine this. So we're playing the catch-up game, but any information, even speculated, is ideal for us.
Yeah, then you should probably check in with the Elder Swan ones to see if you can figure out if that thing is... Didn't the Legionnaires say something about is Threvium detectors they had? Organic Threvium? That weird cylinder they gave us to track the beast.
Hi there, Xavier.
Hmm?
Sorry, I was just Dio coughing. I thought he was being Xavier for a second.
No, I choked on my drink.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Very well. I'm curious why they got this Threvium detector.
Some guy, but I don't remember much of him. I was too busy handling a new breed of Sporngak.
Yeah.
This is certainly...
Did you catch the name? Something... what did it
I
call
caught a
him?
lot of things, Brizimirs.
Yeah. You were high on Scry then, but... Eps?
That sounds right.
Eps. Interesting. Do you have a way to contact this, Eps?
I'm afraid not. You might want to pass the Hell Legion about that.
Yeah, it was the Hell Legion that came to me about it.
Yes.
It was Legionnaire Alin Ulan, whatever his name is, and
Spitfire Squad?
Spitfire Squad.
Ah.
there you go.
I've been in contact with Lieutenant. I'm going to say, is it Winters?
Yep.
Yeah.
No idea.
Yeah, Lieutenant Winters.
We didn't met the lieutenant.
The platoon's lieutenant, yes. I shall have to have a little chat with her. Can I? No, thank you.
If you come across the blueprints and or a second copy of this detector, it would not hurt to pass it along so that we may collect more samples.
Yes, if I can get a hold of that threvium detector, that would be very handy. Issuing out to squads which have shown promise for threvium collection. She gives like a small smile at that. But no, if you can get a hold of any more or samples that you are not using for your own research, I would most certainly be thankful for it.
I pulled 2 of those red crystals and I just put them on the table.
She gestures to her Jenkins, and Jenkins comes over and like collects them, and, like, stores them carefully in like a small container.
That's all I have.
Thank you. No, that is even a small amount like that is a big aid to our efforts at this very early and delicate stage.
I will also pass along some information about the GAC that we've learned so far,
And
and
very interesting.
specific elder that is overseeing it.
So I will have to visit this elder in person.
I will pass along my notes on the float as well.
Yeah, she will take any. She actually does ask for any notes you have on the various things you've encountered with threvium, or believed to be part of threvium, from what she said.
Yeah.
Now, you are clans, are you not?
Yeah,
Salvage
we're
recovery.
clans. We're clans.
There is a small job. Well, not small, but job that I would be thankful that skilled individuals went ahead and helped with. There is a jungle. It's not currently marked on this map because this is an out-of-date map. This is actually really out of date compared to.
There should be a semi-recent one, right?
Yeah, there's a semi-recent one in the thing. I just can't be bothered to put it. It's about here, but that's roughly where the Imperial line is actually now.
Okay.
There's a jungle which is just outside Imperial territory, although the number of troops I'm sending there at the moment might as well make it Imperial territory. It is a. When I say jungle, it is a jungle that should not exist, according to our to certain tech priests. It's a microbiome that, for some reason, sustains itself in a climate where it should not be able to. I would like you to go there and investigate. There are a number of dropships. Some of these dropships have been reported to contain prototypes of Tau nature, and others are said to contain samples of threvium. I ask that if you collect any prototypes or samples, that you report them to me. The prototypes I want handed over directly. I know what clans are like, and you will be compensated for it, should you do a good job.
Fair enough.
Anything else you cover there is yours for the keeping.
Alright.
That's well up here.
Good enough for me.
I am writing that down, like recording it, details, everything.
It's more like, can we get that on paper?
Yeah.
She actually does hand you orders, like proper orders, written orders.
I'm going to admit I wasn't completely on board until that last sentence.
Yeah,
A good question is, what kind of troops are there, so we know what we might run into?
There is currently a small detachment of reclaimers circling around. The GM needs to open up the goddamn NPC regiments. There is some orphans there as well in the region.
What orphans? White ones? Or...
I don't know if they... why did you ask me what orphans?
They're orphans. That's all we need to know.
Yeah, they're orphans. I don't keep a track of exactly which ones are being deployed where. That's like
Yeah.
it's orphans at the best of times are poorly organised.
Okay. Prismir just shrugs and yeah, we've run into orphans. They grab all the shiny stuff before we can even get close.
Unfortunately.
Oh, we're running into orphans in that battlefield over there.
Yes.
Yeah.
But no, she, as I say, there's a few orphans there. There might be some other forces deployed there by the time you get there.
Yeah.
I'm trying to rope in whatever forces I can get my hands on for this operation.
Okay.
And my final question about where we're going. Xenos threat, Chaos threat. Do we know?
We have no idea what sort of threat is possibly there. It is Tau-Tel territory, although from intelligence reports Tau do not go there personally. I was able to read a field report from the initial squad that went. They reported something like potentially feral Herenians. They also encountered a hermit they suspected to be of chaos nature, although it was very hard to determine if he was or not. However, given the nature of the jungle, there is no guarantee of anything. There could be anything there.
Okay.
We suspect, if you can, try and work out the cause of the jungle as well. There is
The course of the jungle? It's moving?
Plants?
Seeds?
She rolls her one normal eye. The jungle is not... in a normal climate, that jungle should not be able to exist. Something is causing that jungle to exist.
Hmm.
Also, for what Imperial Intelligence has told me, that jungle has only existed for 2 years, when the initial ships crashed there.
Okay.
That does seem mighty suspicious.
Yeah. I mean, I've never seen a jungle before. That much you should know. But even for me, 2 years is a little fast for any sort of forest.
Yes. It's a highly dense and thick forest that has grown up in 2 years. So there is a team of tech priests in the centre which is overseeing the operation. They work directly for Gallahan. Although they were the initial ones to investigate the area, so I have decided to leave them there let them oversee the project as it is. One of their members made the very key and decisive decision to recover prototypes instead of continuing their mission, which is the right call.
Okay.
So, any further questions?
Should we require more equipment? Do we request through your regiment?
She raises you an eyebrow. You do realise I'm part of High Command. I'm not actually a regiment. My regimental decoration is from my time when I served as a comrade, and I hold that with great honour.
Right.
That question you should meanwhile be able to answer yourself. We don't get stuff from High Command. We give stuff to High Command.
I was more thinking of sampling equipment, transport for sampling equipment, a lot of sampling equipment.
If there is any equipment you need, the team on the ground will be able to provide it.
Good to know.
You will be flown out there within 6 hours. The details of the landing pad you're going to is on the orders.
Fair enough.
I have arranged what are the bloody things called? Valkyrie skyhooks to transport your vehicles.
Okay.
Bearing in mind the terrain is quite rough. So
what about our scoring guys? Who's going to transport them?
I have some modified Valkyries. My brain is switched off. Sorry.
Thungeck carrying devices.
There are some modified Valkyries which are designed to transport livestock. There are a number of mounted regiments, and
Okay, fair
being
enough.
able to move those mounts fast as well as safely has turned into a bit of a priority. at
All
times.
right. Well then. I think that should be everything we need.
She nods. Dismissed.
Then we leave.
Jenkins will come back and escort you back outside. He will escort you back to the vehicle and ask where you wish to be dropped off.
At the clans camp.
Where you found us?
Yeah.
Very well. He drives you back to the clans camp and drops you off. And then drives away.
Yeah.
That's a good
Um,
idea.
Well, yeah, he's got other things to do.
Yeah.
He's the personal servant. Like, effectively, he's a personal servant for Sedona.
Does he have other things to do? First time I met the guy, he was fucking napping with his data slate on the desk.
Different
What?
Jenkins.
They all look very similar.
Yeah.
They all
Different
respond to
Jenkins,
Jenkins.
Well, he's gonna
That'd
say
be like going-
he's gonna say he's got other things to do.
Yeah.
Like
It's
nap
like
on the
going to
desk.
Henry and asking for a De Silver
Yeah,
or De Silva.
De Silva.
Hmm.
If you shout De
Pretty
Silva,
much.
you get half the officers turn and look at you. Very
Yeah.
strangely.
And in this case, it was a Jenkins, not the Jenkins.
Jenkins. Yeah. So yeah. I'm gonna run this as a bit of a camp session, so you can get gear and stuff, and
Hmm?
do whatever shenanigans you wish to do, because you always want to do shenanigans. And
Shenanigans.
Oh, I don't want shenanigans.
You've already done a bunch of shenanigans by giving flipping Ulan a float.
Look, guys, I may have been away for 3 months, but I can't recall ever a clan session without shenanigans. So what are you talking about?
I can recall a clan session without shenanigans. There has been no shenanigans. Because
know
it's
you wanna
just
go
normal
s-
clan stuff.
Yeah, I know you want to go see Aros, Dio. Do you want to take a 5-minute break? Because I want to go get another drink, because it's
Yeah, sure.
boiling hot and I'm melting. So,
I got a fan. It's actually pretty nice in this basement with the fan on.
Yeah.
I can even do better. I've got 2 fans.
I
I
will
can
also
stop
get
both
a
of
drink.
you. I have a fan and an air conditioner.
I mean,
So I'm
those
going to come back
pictures
to.
Class.
Yeah, no, I'm going to come back to the meme you just posted.
yeah.
Oh,
those
I
pictures
thought
are
you were
wrong.
gonna say
I'm
I'm
in
gonna go back to the
Australia,
game we're
and
actually playing.
No. I'm going for the meme.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Obviously, the session is done. This is what truly matters.
Right. Well, I mean, if you want to keep on this meme for 20 minutes, you can keep interrupting me like a bunch of twats.
Sorry.
Oh my gosh. Just yeah. Everyone, no one cheers for England.
Yeah.
Except the English.
I held up a flag.
You're English. Shut up. This counts.
Yes, it does.
Right. So. Yep. You have a few hours. What do you want to do? Who do you want to visit?
I'd like to go and speak to Aros.
You have issues finding him, actually, currently.
Damn.
He's not at his office.
Does he have a secretary?
I feel like I should give him Jenkins as well.
Everyone needs a Jenkins or two in their life.
Yeah.
Ooh,
can check.
your connection to the server has been interrupted.
Okay.
So here's the true question about the Jenkins: was Jackham's Jenkins the Jenkins, or is he just one of the many Jenkins?
I mean, I don't know. He might be the Jenkins. He's got the right stuff.
Be right back for a second.
So was that like, did you just take the War Master or like the General or whatever they call their leader out of the Jenkins regiment to be your Jenkins, or did you just pull a random Jenkins?
No idea.
Walked in, pointed at one, made him follow me, walked out.
Ooh.
It was my one request when joining the Inquisition.
I want a Jenkins.
Yeah.
Give them Jenkins pulse.
Good times.
What
Good
would they
times.
call the leader of the Jenkins regiment?
Jenkins Prime?
Jenkins Prime. I was gonna say it and you beat me to it.
I was also gonna say it.
Prime. Reminds me of that I'm watching Transformers Prime today.
You know, when it was first introduced, the Jenkins, I immediately thought of Smith, and just how every time you see it in a movie, it's just, I am Smith. I am also Smith. Yes,
It
I am
was-
Smith.
It was based off of the Fallout Gary
yeah.
Vault, I think.
It was partly based on that, partly on Dio naming every unimportant NPC Jenkins,
Yeah,
and partly on Discworld's ego.
yeah, if there's ever a NPC you guys need to find who has died mysteriously, his name is Jenkins because of Halo 1.
Okay.
Mm.
That I didn't know.
In so there's this mission in Halo 1, right, about midway through, where you're going through like basically an empty level. There's a bunch of corpses and stuff. And
Oh yeah.
the only guy there is like an insane marine who's shooting at you and shouts stuff like they're coming out of the walls. So you stand
Oh.
and stuff, and then you make it into one room and you find a helmet and you plug in the video recorder, or well, the helmet's camera into yours, and then it flashes back to a cutscene where it just follows like a Private Jenkins who's wandering around. And then they go into the facility and it's like, oh my god, what killed all these guys? Because we certainly didn't do it. And then it cuts a couple more times into a room. It's like, wow, it looks like they tried really hard to lock this room up. Hey, can you get that open? It's like, sure, of course. I see nothing wrong with getting this. The enemy spent a vast amount of bodies and resources to seal shut completely. Right, doors open. They move in. They get taken out by the flood, which is like
Do you know
a
what?
zombie.
There's actually something really interesting, and it could have completely changed the entire story.
Hmm.
When you go into that room and the body falls on you,
Yep.
it is entirely possible that body was immune to the flood. And if that was immune to the flood, and humanity found it, or even The Covenant found it and realised that it could have completely changed everything.
Well, Covenant wasn't very sciencey.
No, they weren't. But I mean, they were in certain ways.
Well, it would have been. I have to admit, it would have been pretty funny if you had to carry that body throughout the entire second half of the game instead of like a rifle. You just get a pistol on the Jenkins body,
Yeah.
and it's a specific achievement to carry it all the way through. It's like, congratulations, you saved humanity.
Yep. Because it wasn't converted into biomass, which is what every other body was done in that room.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, when you think about it, it's like, why is that body there?
Well, I think in the books he was infected just by like a shitty one that wasn't quite good at what it was doing. And so he was like dormant inside of him, and then there was this there was a whole couple of chapters from his perspective in the book where he was desperately trying to get people to kill him because he was partially in control.
Oh yeah,
But
I heard of that.
Instead, they locked him up and it's like, wow, he's not actually that affected, so we should study him. Meanwhile, he's just like screaming out, "Kill me," for a good half of the book, and then eventually they do.
Yeah. Doesn't he like get control of one of his arms, and it, like the flood just goes over and breaks it?
Yeah.
Because he gets any like an ounce of control, and the flood trying to control him literally reaches over and just breaks his other arm, the arm he's managed to control. It's really grim.
When the Jenkins of the Flood meets the Jenkins of the Marines.
The Battle of the
Nothing actually
Jenkins.
doesn't. So, yeah, you want to meet Aros. You go to his office, he doesn't seem to be there.
Is there a Jenkins about? Hello?
There's people about if you want to like try and flag down like a random person.
I'll grab one of them. You! Where's Aros?
Oh, he said he was dealing with something in one of his
Doing
warehouses.
what? And where? Which warehouse? I narrow my eyes at it. They're glowing slightly.
You're also wearing sunglasses,
Yes.
so he doesn't see your glaring eyes.
Yeah, I mean, if you really want to glare at someone, you probably pull off your sunglasses for that.
I just moved closer. Just move the face closer to their face with the sunglasses.
Sir, can you please stop breathing on me so heavily?
Which warehouse?
He gives you like a random warehouse.
Right, thanks. And then I'll move on to that warehouse.
Okay.
Completely
You go to the
ignoring him the moment he's given me the information I want.
Yeah, can you give me an awareness test, please?
Yes. Now, was Falcon the one character I made that was good at awareness, or...
He was the stealthy boy. I don't remember on the awareness part.
I mean, we all get. I thought we all get awareness, so.
I thought it was Jenkins that was good at awareness.
That doesn't mean
Jenkins was
he
good
has
at
good
awareness.
perception.
I probably played him. I don't think I get any bonuses for that, so it's just a flat awareness test.
No, it's flat awareness.
3 degrees
Oh.
of success.
So it is the character who's actually good at awareness. What the hell?
That's
Do you wanna
almost
use
as good
the
as
roll
Dragonfly. Damn.
Yeah.
See, to not be seen, you must first know how to see.
By the way, are you on your own, or is anyone else going with you?
It's a good question.
Probably. No, actually, as soon as he starts tripping people, we can follow him around. But probably as soon as he stops doing that, and he's like, "I'm going to the warehouse," we lose track of him because, like, I hide.
To tell you the truth, Dragonfly is at the whim of whoever wants the Sporniac to follow. Because she's mostly asleep on the back of Spike.
So you're just used to it.
Yeah.
You
Did-
can literally
did-
leave
did
Spike
Fa-
anywhere.
Did Falcon tell us he's going to visit ours?
Yes.
Then, yeah, might as well be there as well.
Be present, yes.
Yeah.
Be
Sort of.
there, be square.
As you turn up to the warehouse, you see a few members of Hell Legion leaving.
Suspicious. Oh well. Let's go. Is Arison?
Why is that suspicious? They have as good logistics as we do.
I'm paranoid.
Yeah.
I'm asleep
But
and paranoid.
that's why I tell you, they probably are there for the same reason as you, to get some unusual stuff.
Doubly suspicious.
Yeah, usually you seem to
Okay,
want like
what you are
hairdressing.
getting is suspicious as well, so fair enough.
Actually, isn't Legion even in a worse situation than us?
They are officially dead, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yes, it is quite suspicious that they are here.
I mean, hey, at least we got family, right?
Yeah.
Whereas we are able to get stuff from scavenging, they still don't even get that much.
The difference is they are officially dead, and for us, no one knows where we actually belong.
Well,
So-
at least we're still counted alive.
Hmm.
Except for
Anyway.
me, who is officially dead.
Yeah.
You wouldn't catch them dead on the records.
So yeah, you enter.
I look around. Do I see Aros?
The warehouse is poorly lit and seems to contain a number of empty boxes and containers. There is a light coming emanating from the back of the warehouse, and it seems to be the only main one.
I put on my presence goggles and attempt to fade into the background.
Fuck him.
Rolls a natural 100, just walks straight into like a box.
You
Gets
do,
gets the light off.
you do not need to sneak everywhere.
I don't need to sneak everywhere, but this could be an ambush.
How many degrees is that? 6?
Yep.
Yeah.
Jesus. Only with a natural 1 I could even beat that.
I could beat it if I rolled a 20. Because Dragonfly is super paranoid as well. Is this an ambush? I see Falcon. Do I see anything else?
She's sleepy all the time and super paranoid. Okay. Not sure how that works, but
Oh well.
Yeah, you do see Falcon. You don't see anything else.
We're surviving clans members. How could we not be paranoid?
I'm a surviving clan member, I'm not paranoid.
Yeah, but how long are you surviving?
Well, my whole life.
But how long is your life?
Yeah.
28 years.
As long as I can do anything about it, he'll be a surviving transplant member.
So yeah, I'll go look. I'll go look at the pool of light in the warehouse.
Seems to be coming from a larger container at the very back. Aris seems to be sat there looking over a data slate. There is a table with a number of chairs sat around it.
So, is this where you come to relax?
Sorry, I sneezed, so I missed that.
So, is this where you come to relax?
He looks up and says, "Oh, sorry, I wasn't expecting you. I was conducting some business."
Falcon
Fair enough.
like, step out behind him and say, "Yes, and we'd like to conduct some business with you."
Very well. Take a seat.
Spike
Okay.
turns aside and lays down, and and Dragonfly looks over.
Yeah. You know, some people have the courtesy to dismount before they enter someone's home.
Why do you think this
What
is
is
my
this?
house? I don't live in a warehouse.
What do I know? I live in a Chimera. On an Atlas.
That, Brisimir, and B, why do you think I care about the courtesy to dismount? This is one of my babies.
Also true.
Are you going to just have a discussion between each
No.
other, or are you going to do some business?
Right, so I'd like to acquire something, and I have goods to offer to assist the process of said acquirement. Specifically, I would like some sin skin, or something that can shield me thermally. Doesn't have to be sin skin. Would be nice.
Yeah, you and everyone else on the planet.
Yep. But does everyone else on the planet have an assortment of goods to trade?
Yes, doesn't necessarily mean they have it. Are they enough?
hypothetically speaking,
Falcon. Don't speak hypothetically.
Yeah, please.
no,
Like,
no, no. This is if someone were to come in and offer you Xenotech, as a good Imperial citizen, what would your response be? Just out of interest. Completely hypothetical situation.
he glares at you and doesn't say anything.
I'm going to take that as a
Don't do it.
turn them away for heresy.
He nods very slightly.
Alright, well, I've got a... What would you like? What sort of things do you like? I've got a lock punch. They're pretty cool. I'd rather not trade it away, but you know, if I had to.
The lock punch is the item which I give every squad, and I go, yeah, this is really useful. Never uses it.
Look, it's really cool. It's just like we've got other stuff. Doors are for people with no imagination.
We also have multiple
love
weapons
that.
with Lance.
Yeah.
Depends what you're offering.
I'm offering a lock punch, some booze, for a sin skin. How does that sound?
Not even close.
Not even close. What if I tell you it's really good booze?
Then I'll tell you it's really not even close.
How does good booze make it further away?
It doesn't. I'm just saying, like, you do realise how many people are after Synth Skin. And you do realise the people I have to deal with to get Synth Skin. They are not the sort of people I like. Oh, they like their Synth Skin. A lot. Also, the one guy keeps repeating himself and it's a bit weird.
If we manage to procure a certain type of leather, would you be able to point us in a direction, or if we provide it to you, make it so into a skin?
Potentially. Synth Skin is not
Leather?
something you can really make in the standard Imperial facilities.
I'm talking
obvious
about the. I kind of look at globe, like this kind of height of that spawn gags that are fire resistant from the inside, so probably heat resistant, which is what one of the main functions of a heat hiding functions.
Alright, how about this? You look like someone who likes to have things done and objects procured. Are there things and objects procurable that you would like to have enough to trade a sin skin away? I ask him.
He thinks about it. I'm gonna say out of character, I'm really reluctant to give you Synth Skin. For the simple reason that it will make your character literally impossible to see at all times, and it will not be fun for me anymore.
What? It only gives him another +10 to stealth.
It doesn't
Nope,
actually give me
see-
any plus to stealth because I'd be wearing it under my armor.
It's the fact that he's invisible to infrared.
It's just those annoying invisible stealth troopers who can see us, whatever, that I want to try and...
Yes,
Avoid.
and like this is the thing. You already you can already out hide 90% of what I can throw at you, and I want some challenge to you, and I don't want you to just be like, I'm invisible now. Blah, 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 blah. So that's my logic with it, if that makes sense. Like I'm really like. You would have to be trading a lot for me to get Synth Skin, if that makes sense.
We could try mugging a Wydan.
Dude.
That's not a
Please
good
don't.
idea, though, is it?
This is a very, very bad idea, Falcon.
There is only one thing I would want to mug a white ant for. and that's their howling suit.
I mean, I have one of the weird Xeno stealth people suits. It's just it doesn't fit. And changing it would make it not work.
Mm-hmm.
Hayden yawns and offers a glass of float to Aros.
He just watches it float up across the room.
Wait, Aros, aren't you a white then?
Yes.
Actually, I would suggest you drink that. It's gonna make you feel good.
It's gonna make you feel at home.
He gives you a raised eyebrow.
No, I'm serious. Like, actually drink it.
Why?
Trix did also confirm that.
Yeah, we've had another white band say it feels quite nice. You'll understand very quickly why. It's not a trick. It's not gonna... Fuck it, I'll drink one if you want.
Okay. No. Sure. Yeah, you drink one and I'll drink one.
Yeah, sure. I pour myself another and I drink it.
Okay, he then takes the glass, catches the one in the air and drinks it. And he does catch it out of the air.
Mm-hmm.
As he has caught Girlsman out of the air. Dia remembers that.
I'm so glad he decided to do that.
Tell you what, if you're really that bad at getting a hold of Sinskin, some kind of paint grenade? Like, Verghast, I've heard, have stuff like that.
Paint grenades?
Party
Paint grenades
bombs,
I can...
Party bombs or something, I thought they were called.
Oh, you're after those nutter things. Yeah, no, I can, I could look at seeing if I can get in a hand of a paint, party bomb. Paint grenades. Could try asking. If you want me to stop burping. Wow, that thing's bubbly, apparently. I could look at. I could ask the I have friends in a regiment known as the Tenra, who may or may not be able to make paints and pigments. They could make some sort of paint bomb.
Tell you what,
Bing mini. Awesome.
if I put on the table, I give you a list of some of the stuff I wanna procure. How about you name what you'd like for that sort of thing? I mean, if it favors objects, whatever, we can try and get it.
Okay.
We are
Yeah,
also the best brewers in camp. I'm not fight anyone who says different.
Yeah, if you give me a list of stuff you wish to trade, like, I'm not going to start the mission today because it's too late now. It's already like 2 hours in. 2.5 hours in, so... And does anyone else have any other contacts they want to try and get a hold of?
While we're here, I would like to ask for a multi-key, unless I can actually try and build one.
You don't have the time. You have 6 hours.
Yeah, then I will ask Eros if he can probably procure something like that. We have, for example, these strange pattern lascans. Those seem pretty rare.
Yeah, as it. Okay, how I will handle Aros, because it's, again, shopping. If you want to give him a list, or if you want to offer a list of things you would like from him, and a list of items you can offer, he will...
Fair enough. Then I ask Falcon to put a multi-key on his shopping list.
Just type it into the clan's chat and I can get back to people.
Yeah.
Bearing in mind, if you want it before you leave, he will have to rush it, which will mean it costs more.
No, not exactly in a hurry, but yeah.
That's what I want.
12 blind grenades? Damn!
I mean, they come in packs of 3, so it's like 4 items.
Yeah.
And they're only scarce, to be fair.
They do come in packs of 3. I forgot about that. I thought you were asking for legit just 12. I was like,
I thought you were also asking for party grenades and.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. So
Sorry.
why didn't you put it in the actual clan's chat, not in the game?
This is a clans chat.
Yeah.
Okay. Why don't you put it on Discord?
Put it on Discord.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, when we killed those firefighters last mission, did they have some sort of Xeno tools, Xeno multi-tools with them?
They would have had some sort of Xeno multi-tool stuff, but it's very obviously Xeno and like weird. It's funny.
I would still have taken one of those.
That's fine. You can still take it. It doesn't mean you can use it.
Yeah, I'll probably figure it out.
This might influence if I ask for anything. Did those firefighters have any type of rebreather or something?
Yes, but I think they were. I can't remember what I said they were.
Probably
Marlin?
I
Iranians.
think they were Marlins.
They were like
Or-
Marlins or Iranians, so it would have been very obviously not suitable for humans.
Okay. I was hopeful, but I figured I'd ask.
They weren't humans, so their rebreathers would not have fitted.
Alright. I don't need anybody that I need to go see right now for Dragon Blast.
I mean, we have respirators, all of us.
I want something better.
How much? When you say several chameleon cloaks or one really big one, how much are you looking at?
Enough to cover a Sverngek.
You've got, I think in one of the Yenfels or something you have the tank one. The 5 by 5 feet one.
I think that's a chameleon tarp.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I was
one.
going to say there's the chameleon tarp, which I was going to suggest. Which is why I was asking for how big it is.
Would a chameleon tarp be enough to cover a Sverngek?
Yes,
I would have to
enough
look
to-
at that.
It's enough to cover.
With a little bit of work to sew it into like a Sverngek coat. That would look so stupid.
You know, you actually remind me of one of the people I played with D&D with. It was, quick story, it was 2nd edition, AD&D, and he was a wizard. In that edition, invisibility lasts for a day, or until you do an action. So the wizard wakes up, casts invisibility, and that's it. So we were always wondering, is the wizard here? If we were having conversations with NPCs, it would really be, he enters the conversation. Are you still invisible? Yes. So the disembodied voice is talking with the MC. Yes. The MC is freaked out.
Yeah. What do you want with blue LEDs and buttons? Because I think that is something we can actually get from the scrap forge.
Yeah, that's true. So I've got a phase rifle, or a pulse rifle. Yeah, I've got a phase rifle that we figured out how to use ages ago, but it's hidden because it doesn't look like Imperial tech. I just want to like take off the outside paneling and replace it with something that looks a bit like a plasma gun.
Okay. So what you are in fact asking for is
the clan's pattern covering.
it's
Yeah. Okay. There's certain things, he can
it's
do
this.
quite easily.
Tech heresy, but not Ulan style tech heresy.
Yeah. What you're looking for is basically this.
Yeah.
See
yes.
Discord.
I also sent you the camo screen and chameleon tarp. Dear.
I saw. I'm just.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Honestly, it might be easier to get a bunch of chameleon line cloaks and stitch them together because the tarp's extremely rare, and a chameleon line cloak is just regular rare. So that's 2 whole steps of rarity below.
Yeah, but you need several to do the.
Yeah. You need probably 4.
Or more.
So it's like 6 of one, half dozen of the other, effectively.
Yeah.
Anyone else want to do any shopping or make special requests of him?
Cameline cloak. Because I had to throw it in when I had again.
Okay, as I say, if you can put it into chat, I can look at it. I'm asking for special requests of like, Aros, can you do this sort of service or something?
But yes, actually, I do have a request like that.
Okay, that's what I'm asking.
I know it's short notice, but we are deploying towards the edge of the Imperial camp, well, not camp, area. Do
As
you
Murphy
have any topography from that area?
I could ask around. People forget I am actually, in fact, a Munitorum clerk, so I do actually have access to such things at times.
So, yes, it's not really per se a map, but a bit how the terrain is laid out. Doesn't need to be super detailed, it just needs to be good enough that we know if we walk into a pitfall or not. Well, a cliff.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I think I can get a hold of that. I'll just charge it to your tab of other things you want.
Well, actually, I can already perhaps pay for it. I already have this cartographer tool with an open slot, so you wouldn't need to find something to do that. I could give this to you, and of course a very, very detailed map of another war zone, which you might still be able to pawn off to somebody.
I can always find use of other wars, maps. Yeah, no, I'm sure I can produce that map.
Alright,
Don't worry.
thank you very much for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
We also can basically out of character we can hint in all the comrade gear that fell off the wagon last mission.
Yeah, okay, cool.
I would also ask, and this is a bit of a weird and very specialised request, would it be possible for you to get your hands on tinted contact lenses?
Tinted contact lenses. See, that's where Aros is, like, where I prefer people to ask Aros, like, for the unusual items.
Okay.
Tinted contact lenses, things like vexes, hairdressing equipment, hair dyes, stuff like that. That's actually kind of like what I like people to ask Aros for, because it's kind of like, ooh, this is fun. Shows the character doing stuff that isn't just murdering.
Yeah.
At some point, I'm probably going to have to take my helmet off, and I'd rather not immediately be shot for being a glowy-eyed mutant. Not that I say that out loud.
Yeah. He thinks for a moment and goes, sure, I think I know someone who can do that sort of thing. Obviously, it will take some time, maybe a few days.
Okay.
Oh, if you, well,
First off, I've got to try and find their bloody basic office again, and it's in the Warrens, so...
do those people also deal in hair dyes?
Hair dyes? No, but I do know a hair dye.
Cool, because I need some new hair dye to modify the streak a bit.
And that's fine. Hair dye is... Hair dye is actually surprisingly common as a request.
Yeah.
I have thought of something, but I'm not with the group, as my message said, so I'll micro-read this over and request that one of you ask if he can provide
Especially like you said,
skates.
Trix's location.
Skates, like rollerblade skates,
Okay.
and I'm going to install them into my shoes.
You're gonna make Heelys.
Yes.
Do you have a football?
You asking if he's got a football?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've got a football. Why? Do you have a kid?
Not a soccer ball, a football.
So I've
What?
got a...
What do you mean?
He wants a hand egg.
He wants a pigskin.
No, actually, I was wrong on this. Forget about this. Just give me a football, that's fine.
It's also you get one, but it's produced on the world of Anglo-Saxia.
Sorry, continue. I'm just mean.
How dare you meme tier? How dare you complain at everyone else whenever they even hint at memeing, and then meme?
Names are wrong.
There's memeing is good wherever it comes from.
Yeah.
It's like puns. You can never
No,
go wrong.
no, it's not like puns. It's the exact opposite of puns, because puns are bad wherever they come from.
Nope.
No, that's not right.
That's not true. Puns are always bad from Giga.
Did Giga leave the server, by the way? I haven't heard from him anymore.
Forced puns are always bad.
It looks like he has left the server.
Oh.
The hell? I didn't realise that. Unless he got demoted. Oh, he might have been demoted to support officer, so he won't show up there. Server
Maybe.
saves,
But in any case, I haven't heard from him in a long time.
His last post was like 3 days ago, I think.
He is still on the
Really?
server.
It's just a support officer.
Yeah, he's been demoted to support officer.
Oh wait, no, a month ago, sorry. This is some stupid date arrangement system Discord's using.
Oh, it was Magic that posted recently.
Yeah.
But yeah. So besides the skates, I'm actually going to go rummaging around in our locations where we keep the threbium. Just take a small 5 centimeter long piece and try and grow moss on it. My glowing moss.
Okay.
Your pet moss?
Mm-hmm.
I will work out what that does between sessions.
I would also like to talk to one more person.
Yeah?
Tail, I think, would be appropriate what I want. So, Tail.
Dio, I've actually got to ask you a question here from Xavier. They're decent with Xavier, aren't they?
Who are? Clans?
This squad.
Yeah, they're one step below Ally. I've forgotten what that's called.
Acquaintance, I think.
That's the one.
Yeah, because Xavier's changed, hasn't he?
Yes. So if clans wanted to find him, they'd have to go and ask people.
Yeah.
That's fair, but
Yeah. Yeah. You really need to put, like, flipping Xavier on it. Dossier Mechanicus Contact is way too many. Need to put Xavier.
but yeah, currently we aren't looking for Xavier, are we?
No, I was just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd like to head back to the clan's convoy and hit up resident tech man.
Which one? The legal one or the illegal one?
I mean resident, so legal.
Us.
Villain's gone somewhere.
More legal.
Legal-ish.
Yeah, he's seems to be overseeing. Yeah, for at the time he's like looking over. He's just signing off, or not necessarily signing off, but like handing over several warded plates to two individuals. One you think is an elder swarm warden, and the other is I forgot what the other one was.
It would have been a combustion priest.
Combustion priest, yeah, and he's handing over another batch of warded plates.
Cool. So, hey, Blackfinger, respectful gesture. Maybe, I don't know, bow, whatever, angel sign, who knows.
Flame troop of Outrider Falcon.
Sure. A moment of your time? So, I'd like to ask you a favor. And not like a do this for free favor. It's more of a could you do this at some point and then we'll pay you for it later? Like, it's a long-term project. It might interest you. So,
Before you go on, let's head in and have tea.
Sure.
I prefer to discuss long business with a nice cup of tea. He heads into one of the vehicles, and he heads into a small, like, rather cramped, but for the clans you would actually know this is a decent sized room, and rather luxurious sort of sitting room. He sits down. He doesn't so much have a kettle as he just uses one of the hot water pipes to put water in and just starts pouring some tea. Tea? Coffee?
Sure, tea.
Pours you one. It's actually got like genuine china. It's like horrendously chips, but like it's genuine china from Scoria.
Falcon will taste it.
It's quite decent, actually.
Does it taste like poison?
No.
Okay.
I'm waiting for Gray to correct me on like what I'm doing.
Little note on that: there are two. He brews two different teas. One for organic guests and one for tech priests.
Okay, so he brews you a separate one.
What you're saying is it does taste like poison.
No, it doesn't.
No.
It does not taste like poison. It's quite. It's a bit spicy. But otherwise, it. Have you ever had ginger tea?
Yes, I think.
Sort of that direction.
Cool.
Sorry, I've been reading too much Terry Pratchett, where they go, have you ever heard this? Yes. Oh, no. Oh, great, because it doesn't do anything like that at all.
Have you ever had this? Well, that's good, because there's nothing wrong.
Yeah, that was like Curious Squid. They make great effort not include the Curious Squid into their dishes.
But no, he brings tea, he offers you some biscuits. He takes one of the biscuits.
Hey, it's food and we're the clans.
Yes.
Yes.
Take.
So, this project I'm interested in. Let us hear it.
Alright, so, you know how those Felthy Xenos have, like, stealth troops, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they go all invisible and shit, and they sneak around, do invisible stuff.
I've been informed that they do that, yes.
Just so happens that we managed to recover one or two of their stealth suits, right? And I was wondering if you could perhaps figure out a way of detecting whatever the stealth suits are made of, or just like the stealth suits in general.
Kill the actual tail in the process. He considers this and says, well, I can see what I shall see what I can do. It certainly is an interesting project.
Falcon,
I'll give it that much.
Take out an ionized plasma pistol and put it on the table in between them. It's like, well, this is what I got now, but we're about to go out on a mission, so, if I see anything nice, I'll grab it for you.
He nods. Yes, a slightly odd request. I would, in addition to normal salvage, I'd be quite thankful for large plating. There's an awful lot of requests for warding.
Any preferences to where this comes from?
Ideally, in imperial-looking alloys.
Okay, and like metal plating.
Yes.
All right.
I've been having to do a lot of replating of vehicles. The new Svungak is rather problematic, and problems drift everywhere.
I can promise to bring you some of that. I would ask you if you could lend us a las cutter to assist in getting some.
We have a las cutter, Falcon.
We have a las cutter? Cool.
I think we have one each, even.
Awesome.
Falcon, paying attention to his gear.
Yeah.
Do you say that out loud? Because Falcon's still going to ask.
Can we get that twin link las cutter?
I'll make a note of it.
Cut double fast.
Let's cut twice as hard.
Yeah. No, we don't have one each, but we have one as a squad. So yeah, we have a last cutter.
Okay.
I mean-
What does he say to my request to borrow one?
He kind of like shrugs as like, do you not already have the equipment to recover plating?
I mean, we have one. I just feel like it would go much faster with two.
I am not pressed for time.
Okay. Alright, well, we'll get back to you then. Thanks very much. And then Falcon will, like, back out.
Yeah.
Thanks for the food.
He kind of just sits there enjoying his tea.
Igniting you.
Nice of you.
Yeah, I would actually like to visit Crawledge.
Crawledge, yeah. So you see, it's near the Delarian camp, and you get some dirty looks from the Delarians who are guarding their camp. But
Yeah.
you can see the rather nice.
They are still Dalians, not Terralians.
Yeah, sorry, I keep saying it wrong.
Terrellians.
Right. They might as well be Terralians.
They share a lot of qualities. They are filthy, disgusting xeno creatures. Have you seen them?
Hey,
Yeah, so the fire boys still give you looks, but you can see Cartilage's restaurant, the nice, luxurious wooden tables outside with officers drinking various drinks. Actually, there's not too many officers outside, and you see some of the waiters bringing tables and chairs indoors, as it looks like it's about to start storming.
Yeah.
It's a very sudden brought-on storm. But yeah,
One of those chaos storms, probably.
chaos storms.
Yeah, what I...
Meanwhile, several thousand miles over, Greater Lehman.
No. So you head on. It's a bit more crowded inside because no one can sit outside.
What I've heard of Master Crawlet is that he is collecting receipts from the other regiments, or asking for receipts.
Recipes, not receipts.
Receipts. Keep me on the receipts.
Sorry.
Yeah, so no, I should be sorry.
It's fine. I understand it. English is not necessarily your first language, even though it's...
It is in fact not my first language.
Yeah. So, it happens, don't worry.
Hmm?
It was just, I just thought it was funny.
Yeah.
Here's the one for, lunch, and here's the one from Aros.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, I would... yeah, I'm looking for some nicer ingredients than our mutatos and Swinblood slurry. And so I can basically proper celebrate with my squad for the great recovery on our last mission when we brought home a representative sample of tau vehicles.
So you enter. It's still a restaurant, so you would just go up to the counter and ask for the chef. You heard he runs the place. He's not necessarily there are other chefs here, and he does obviously have waiters and such.
If we can afford that somehow, I would actually eat there. Even invite the others to eat with us.
It's like a good solid month's plus worth of actually you don't get paid, never mind. What am I I forgot you're not like my normal regiments.
Yeah.
Not even normal regiments, you're just a normal regiment at all. You have you'd have to save up for a fair bit, but various things you've traded here and there.
Yeah.
You've got enough for a quote unquote simple meal.
Yeah.
One of the cheaper ones.
We can confess to that.
Yeah, that I would definitely try.
Who else is going?
Dragonfly, don't give a shit.
Isn't she asleep?
Bring me the leftovers, and then she goes back to sleep.
That is also fair.
So Prismir,
I will go as well.
Faye. Okay, that's fine. You do get like a few odd looks, but because you're clans, and so you're basically wearing whatever you've stapled together today.
No, I'm wearing a very nice armored butt glove.
Yeah. We have been looking way out of place today already, so I'm not too bothered with that.
Yeah. Yeah, you get a table. You get some meals. The
And I mean,
food is.
At this point, I'm used that people check their watches and such when the clansman approaches.
Yeah. The food is astonishing. Like, it's far exceed, like, for foreign food, like, for food you're certainly not used to at all, it is far astonishing.
See memory.
Yes, see memory.
Yeah. Yeah, that was definitely a reason to scaff out for a moment. Wow. Just wow.
Yep.
And yeah. Then I would probably ask for the chef or for crawlage. Because
after like you ask for the chef. A few minutes later, he does come out.
Yeah.
He looks at the two of you and goes, "Yes, how can I help?"
First of all, I want to thank you for this astonishing meal you have
He
prepared for
smiles.
us.
It's
And
always
then,
nice to hear compliments.
I heard that you are ready or willing to try out. What's the correct pronunciation?
Recipes.
Recipes of other cultures of the Crusade.
Yes. I joined the Crusade in a way. When I left my homeworld, I sought the galaxy to seek new recipes, and the Imperial Guard seemed like the perfect way to go about that. It's been quite hard to get recipes from some people.
Well, I wouldn't claim to be a good cook in comparison, of course, but I have picked up quite some skill in this matter during my travels with the clans, or travels as a clansman, and the things I've found and made, and I would probably be able to assist you in that effort.
Well, if you have any recipes, I will happily take them and try them out. How many do you have? Okay, so what is your intelligence bonus?
I have intelligence 51 and 2 levels in 2 ticks in cook. Also excellent cook talent, if that matters.
Okay, you've got more than enough. Yeah, he will take them.
Basically, data slate and just type up some.
Yeah, he happily takes them. He doesn't actually use a data slate, oddly enough. He has like a rather scruffy looking notebook he pulls out and jots it from you. Or if you like show it to him, he like writes it out. You note that the way he writes it is in like a sort of weird code. And he does. Yeah, he's a traditionalist, of course. The best. He does ask you for certain things like certain measurements and this, that, and the other, how it translates to various other things. Can't be too careful with these sorts of things. And it's very well, thank you. Yeah, it'll take a bit of time. I've got to roast them into the. I've got to trial them first, and then if they work, I can roast them into the menu. Hopefully, as you can see, I don't have that many outside of Dalian. Most of my recipes come from Dalian.
They come from Dalos.
Dalos, whatever. It's a place. They come from my homeworld.
Yeah.
Yes, which is dolls.
Yeah.
You actually should speak with a German accent.
I'm not speaking with a German accent.
No.
I can't be asked to shout everything.
Oh, come on. Like
What?
I was shouting everything.
No, I'm joking. Can I not make a joke every now and again?
No.
Not with Tiro.
No.
I mean,
No,
what is the
it's not.
first thing you see when you enter the server and you look at the server rules? It says no fun allowed.
Does it?
That's
Is it?
literally a rule everybody disregards because no one cares.
Yeah. What?
No, the first rule on the server is no personal accounts.
Which rule is the no New Vegas?
The second rule. No excessive, blatant, or other offensive material messages. Examples include being derogatory based on someone's age, color, sex, the success of falling New Vegas, and otherwise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was the greatest one.
Banned.
Banned. Gosh, that was so stupid.
Yeah.
Funny, it's so funny, but so stupid.
Yeah, fair enough.
Anyway,
Hmm?
yeah, he will take the recipes and he will get back to you.
Okay. Well, celebration delayed.
So Brismere.
Hmm?
I have 2 more flasks of Stravium. Let's make some float.
Yeah, sure.
Let's put that to brew before we go to mission.
Hmm?
Actually, I just realised.
Hmm?
As you make your way back to the tech temple,
Hmm?
you hear some shouting.
Oh?
Oh.
It's coming from the newly modified Super Heavy for housing the new type of Suengak.
Okay.
And as you watch, you see that it's yet again managed to escape and makes a beeline for your tech temple.
It makes beeline for our tech temple.
Yep.
Oh no, it's after the thing. It's after the thing.
Yeah, let's rush
Yeah.
to the tech temple and see what it wants there.
Yeah,
Let's-
let's go.
Tackle it. Let's try to tackle it before it gets there.
No. I'm curious what it does want in the tech temple because we didn't take it there.
Yeah.
We caught it and delivered it directly to the Spoon Ones.
It phases into your tech temple. Do you
Mhm.
go in after it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Quick question for Gray. Would you have brought any leftovers out too?
Of course.
I prepared that just in case to help catch it when we have
Hmm?
Yeah, I don't know quite how you caught it, so...
to. Food, a pit trap, and very sneaky people running up and slamming a lid on the trap.
Okay.
We had a sanctified cage.
Okay, fair enough.
And
Yeah,
lemons.
Yeah, you do see like some of the wardens are like trying to grab the sanctified gear so they can like recapture it.
Hmm.
They've been working hard to get gear that they can actually use on this thing.
Yeah.
The problem is this thing keeps finding ways to slip out of the because they need to make a big enough pen for it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it seems to slip out of every tiny spot of it.
Yeah. Not a little stronger.
Yep, it is not in the Suengak. But yeah, it goes in and it starts rummaging around. Sometimes it opens. Sometimes it like tries to open cupboards, and sometimes it just tries to like phase through them. And eventually, it finds the one where you've stored your threvium,
Mm-hmm.
and it starts trying to eat the threvium.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that's what I.
It's trying to eat the cereal.
Stravium is done.
Hmm?
You've got. I know some people said they left their threvium in the
Yeah.
Oh.
You
thing.
do.
Yeah.
I have mine on me a lot.
Yeah.
I left mine there.
Okay, yeah. So, okay, that is interesting.
Honestly, I say we let it.
When it like takes one of the crystals, bites into it, kind of spits out, and then just like starts pouring it on the floor. Like it doesn't quite know if it wants to eat it or not.
Mm-hmm.
but then it like gets a bit bored and then it tries to go for another crystal, and then tries to eat
Oh.
that.
I will
Dragon.
try to grab it before it gets to all the crystals.
Okay, yeah. You can like grab it and like swarm wardens come over and like have the gear needed to like reel it back in again.
Yeah, that is.
I try to keep it from biting anybody just by giving it food and petting it.
Yeah, like you can easily get it under control. It's
Yeah.
I don't know what it was like in the labs, but it seems to certainly be a bit more comfortable around people now.
The only thing it ever did in the labs was run away from people. It never attacked people, but it might
Yeah.
now that it's actually being like grabbed and picked up. So
Yeah. Once it's fed, it seems to be happy. It does like for a moment it's picked up and it like does try to go back for the Threvium, but then it's like just dragged away.
Okay.
Also,
that-
it sniffs Hayden when he goes past him, and like tries to sniff him and lick him, which he doesn't seem to do for anyone else.
We should T-pose to assert dominance.
That is definitely something we should tell Sonada.
Hayden,
Huh?
there's
Yes.
any more of that float?
I do.
Can
I
I have
have
the
a
rest
little
of it?
bit on the back of the. You want some? Sure. I'll give her the flask.
She takes it, and for once, this is the only alcohol she has not immediately consumed when it has entered her hand, and she just puts it away. It's like, I have a test for later.
I can already see your test.
There's only
Bearing in
like very little left in the flask.
Yeah. Also,
which is a
bearing in
bunch.
mind, you're going to be deployed within like probably
2 hours.
yeah
Yeah.
2 hours at this time. You've been going about camp for various people,
Yeah.
so
I plan to test it when we come back.
I'll
Oh,
give you the
right.
flask and I'll keep it.
No,
Yeah.
okay, that's fine.
But I will immediately go to the Voxcaster. And I think Sonada gave us some way to contact her, right?
yeah, she gave you the details for Jenkins.
Mm-hmm.
She learned a mistake from Elsa.
Okay.
Oh, I have
Not-
her frequency forever now.
Yeah, she learned a mistake from Elsa.
The fuck off! I don't call her like for. I have good reason to call her. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that the
I,
reason to
I
be called?
will. I will
It's
call
called
up
investing in
to,
a secretary.
to TRI.
TRI tree.
Yeah.
Tree.
Tree. It's all caps, so it might as well be separate.
Ah, sure.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's either tree or TRI.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter.
And
It's not like it's the Imperium, like Imperium's organized or anything.
yeah. So this Commodore Squad, TI, do you copy?
Yep, this is true. Can I help?
Yeah. We told you about this new type of Sverngark, the phasing one.
You did. I don't. have this right.
We did tell Commander Sonora.
Oh, right. Very well. Yes.
We found an additional information about this Sverngark. It seems to be attracted to trivium.
Oh, that's certainly interesting. Thank you very much. This is clans, right?
This is Clan's Commodore Squad.
Commander. Okay. Is there anyone? Can we send a messenger out to someone?
I believe Commander Sonora wanted to visit the Elder Svernwardens about the Ghost Sverngark anyways.
Okay. If you give the details to the elders,
Svernwarden.
Sorry, I don't say all the clans often. Right. If you give the details to him or her,
Hmm?
then when Sedona comes, she can pick them all up in one go, as opposed to being handed snippets and snips.
Of course. Yeah. I suppose we would have. Oh, the Svernwardens would have seen that. That it
Not
was...
necessarily.
Okay. Then we will tell them before we leave.
Yeah. I mean, they were kind of more prioritizing on stopping this thing from, like...
Escaping again.
Yes.
Hmm?
I got high to catch that thing. Don't lose it.
But yeah, okay. Is there any other context anyone wishes to visit? Or is everyone done with camp?
I'm good.
I want to, with Brismere, to make some more full. I have 2 more vials or flasks or whatever of liquid Trevian wood which we can use.
Yeah.
We should probably start a new brew of Pitfire as well.
Probably don't want to if you're going to have the thing flying through the air.
Oh, is it gonna fly through the air?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe we can have some more effects.
Special brew.
Yeah.
It's like mixing. Okay, Deadlight. Let's try and come up with a new kind of
Different pressure.
new kind of drink.
There's also a chance you might blow up your tech temple from having it, like...
It's a risk I'm willing to accept.
I'm not.
I'll ditto
We're
that.
not. The Black Fingers are not.
I don't think the Imperium would be very happy if you managed to blow up one of their Sky Talons.
Yeah, no, that's something we
Wait,
don't.
what's going to explode? It's only alcohol, right?
Have you not seen a still blow up?
I have not actually.
I'm pretty sure they go up like a,
A rocket.
yeah, a water cooler.
They are
yeah.
terrifying.
Okay, fine, Brismere. You see, it's a bad idea, trust you.
Wait, but why do they explode?
Because
Bacon?
overpressure.
want that lean.
And if you, if a still blows up, that's usually because it has too much pressure. And
Yeah.
if we start brewing down here, and then take it up on Skyhook, then we reduce the pressure outside by the same by keeping the pressure inside constant, which means we increase the risk of it blowing up.
Yeah, yeah, Mythbusters did test it. I'm sure I was sure I didn't imagine it.
Yeah.
I'm
They
sure
definitely
it
did.
blows up.
That's
Yeah.
going to be pretty easily fixable, though.
But this is the thing, you won't be able to maintain it. You'll be transported in a different
Yeah.
one.
Ah.
We don't have the time, and we'll be in a different Skyhook.
Can we not just leave it with the clans then, if we don't?
We might need it for
rather have
salvaging
a way of
purposes.
movement, Yeah.
Okay.
How about we just make it when we come back?
Fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
You,
Well, here's the
you
thing.
can wait 2 days.
You don't know how long you'll be out there, that's the thing.
Mhm.
You could be out there for 2 days, you could be out there for 2 weeks.
It's fine.
Yeah.
He can make it once we get our landed and the Tectum can stay there.
Yeah.
Then
I
you
mean,
can make it.
I mean, we can make it on the go while we're there.
It's fine to be transported, it's just not fine being flown through the air unmaintained.
Yeah. Just so.
Deadlight.
Me!
I would like to go to see the Tenra, but it's for a requisition purpose, so we can gloss over that if you're fine with that.
Do you even know of the Temra?
I don't know. I didn't even know clans knew about the chef dude.
Chef 2 is a contact.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. Tenra is a regiment, and they're a regiment that is currently deployed mostly to the south. So I don't necessarily know you would know, unless you have... Do you have Common Law Imperial Guard, or Common Law...
I do have Common Law Imperial Guard.
Okay, give me a Common Law Imperial Guard roll then. Or Common Law Verghast Crusade.
I don't have that. Ah, damn.
Scholastic Law Tactica Imperialis.
No.
No, of course.
Sadness.
How would the Tactica Imperialis help you in knowing which regiments are here?
Yeah.
How would it...
Thank you, dear, for answering your own question.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
I mean, I don't have logic, but it sounds logical that Imperia Tacticalis, which is tactics,
Yeah.
would not have information about.
You would
Regiments.
probably know that a crusade this size would have several artillery regiments, or is supposed to have several artillery regiments.
But this
But
being
you would
a-
neither know that Tenra are an artillery regiment, nor that they are here.
They're actually a specialist artillery regiment, so they're not even... like under normal tactics. So
Well, I'll just have to ask Eros for some plant grenades or whatever.
anti-plant grenades? Yeah, sure, that's fine. You can ask him. I was wondering
Alright.
if anyone was going to ask for anti-plant grenades actually.
I was, but my thought process is Tenra. It'd probably be better to ask them than Eros.
Yeah,
But
okay.
I have to ask Eros because I apparently don't know about them.
He did actually mention them, I think. He just didn't say any details about them. When oh yeah, he mentioned the Tenra when Dio asked about paint bombs.
Yeah.
I can ask them because obviously. But yeah, no, that's totally fine.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I do like my Tenra. It's just you have no way of knowing who they are.
Yeah.
Makes perfect sense. No bother.
Yeah. Anything else?
Not for me, at least.
Couldn't think of anything right now.
I think I actually also need to go to bed early tonight, so I really would like to stop here.
Yeah, no, this is a good. Yep, I'm fine with stopping here. I've enjoyed getting back into this. It's allowed you to play your characters. You finally learned out what float is.
Yeah.
It floats.
The camp stuff just took a bit longer than I thought it would, but that doesn't really bother me.
Yeah, I mean, we met some contacts. We made
I
some
mean, we're
stuff.
getting back in the swing.
Yeah, it's definitely helped me get back in the swing. Also, I remind you all about your baby Swingax.
Yeah.
I never forgot about them.
What was that, sorry?
I vote for Balto.
You were to battle.
Tit, who did you vote for?
Prisma.
Gray?
I will vote for Falcon.
Hey,
Pom?
thank you.
It's a toss-up between Falcon and Balto. I'm
Giggity.
not sure who.
I can come back to you, because I've got
Yeah.
a few at the moment. Serene?
Rezimir.
So, yeah. Balto?
I'd say that Falcon was. Well, no, actually, Fipo.
Pipo?
Yeah.
Dragonfly.
Fine.
Pom? Who do you want to vote for?
I think I'll go with Falcon.
Yay.
So, Falcon and Brismere, you both get 50 XP.
Yay.
And I shall award 100 XP to everyone.
Yay.
Because I did enjoy that. It's definitely helped me get back in. So you're at
4,100 for Falcon. Total XP.
Yeah.
You've got the vote before though.
A couple of times.
Yeah.
I've also gotten it a few times, so.
I'm at 3,950. I've got 3,440, something like that.
I'm just tracking my XP. It's like impossible to track everything.
Yeah.
I believe it's a 380. That was the last pin.
That's what it would be if it was just straight, because I was only at 370. 3,700.
Okay, cool. That's good. Okay. I have definitely enjoyed the session. I hope you guys have as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks if anyone watched.
Yeah, thank you
Yeah.
very much for watching, and I hope you see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
See ya.
Ciao.